Roadium Radio knows how to podcast. Roadium Radio knows how to podcast. In the city of Wilmington, we keep it rockin'. So come on, shake it for me, Kelly.
Yeah, Dr. Dre is in full effect, and I gotta tell y'all a little something. Eazy-E is down with us. MC Ring, you know he's down with us. DJ Yella is down with us. Arabian Prince, you know he's down with us. Tony A. the Wizard is down with us. JJ Fag is down with us. Timmy T, you know he's down with us. DJ Pooh, boy, he's down with us. Toddy B and Spade, they're down with us. My boy Ice Cube, you know he's down with us. I like to mention, so pay attention to where I'm from, Compton, but the tapes are from the Roadium. My name is Dre, listen while I play. And by the way, I'm also down with NWA. Yo, Steve at the Roadium is down with us. Slanging funky tapes, it is a must. We're number one.
Tony A. Tony A. When you're ready, go.
Welcome back, everybody, to Roadium Radio episode 42. Wow, 42. I still remember my first episode with Mellow Mayonnaise. But other than that, I got a couple of announcements to make. Once again, the Roadium mixtape DOCUMIXERY at DOCUMIXERY.com. For those of you that have been seeing or been keeping up with our latest episodes, I've been asking everyone who has seen it to give us a 20 to 30 second video clip and send it to rodiumradio@gmail.com. No more than maybe 20 to 30 seconds explaining or sharing what you thought of it. I don't care if it's negative or positive. It's all good. Just pretty much send us your video at rodiumradio@gmail.com. Tomorrow I will be releasing 4 new old school mixtapes that I did in the 80s. If I'm correct, one of them's In Effect, Bullshit, Scanless, and Dope Beats. And those will be available via download only at DOCUMIXERY.com. So now, once again, before I introduce my next guest, I have to explain something first. Due to unfortunate circumstances, Chemo from Delinquent Habits had to reschedule. And I'm going to say that again. Chemo from Delinquent Habits had to reschedule due to some circumstances. And I understand that. We talked earlier. I shot him some more dates, and we're going to get him back on the show. But you know what? Things happen. It has never happened on our show yet. But you know what? It's all good. That's my brother right there. We're going to reschedule him, and we'll bring him back later. Family first. He has to take care of some things. So it's all good. But you know what? The show must go on. Much love, much respect to Chemo from Delinquent Habits. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. But you know what I did? I brought some friends along. Okay? And without further ado, please allow me to introduce my boy. He's back. Ernie G from Proper Dos.
Round of applause.
Round of applause. Round of applause.
He's back.
Yes.
Still here.
First of all, I want to say thank you for coming because the situation with Chemo, which I don't want to drag on. I know he just asked if he can be rescheduled.
Yeah.
And I wanted to reschedule him. So I shot him some dates, and he's going to let me know when he can come back on. But you know what? He had to take care of certain things. And you know what? All good, brother.
Yeah.
All good. So how you been?
I've been good, man.
Yeah?
I've been good. Real good.
Hey, you know what? How was the drive over here?
Dude, the coronavirus, I'm loving it. There's no traffic.
He said he's loving the coronavirus.
I'm loving that coronavirus. If you know, you seen the freeways? They're nice and empty. I hope they're like that tomorrow too.
For real?
Yeah, I got here in 30 minutes.
So, well, speak a little bit closer, my brother.
30 minutes.
Now, let me ask you this. Before we get into our interview, do you believe that shit is real?
I believe that it is real. I do believe that it is real and people have gotten it, but I think there's a bigger agenda. And that's what I think. That's why I don't, people have their own opinions, but Come on, bro. I mean, you guys heard it too. You hear that people die. The more people die of the regular flu probably than this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the people that have passed away, and like I was telling somebody, I was talking on the phone. I was telling like yeah, only the elderly are the ones that are passing away. I said, have you seen them elderlies pass away? That's what they tell you.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
Does anybody know somebody that passed away? Does anybody know somebody that passed away? Put it in the comments so we can read it. Like, do you know somebody that passed away? Or like, oh, I got it. Oh, I got it too. Like, do you know anybody that got it? Like, it just causes chaos. Like TP, like, man.
Did you see the markets?
I haven't stepped into a market, you
Oh,
know,
no,
but
man.
I heard that they're you know, like, I mean, if you need that much toilet paper, you got another problem, you know.
Oh man,
But,
yeah. Well, you know what? It's funny because I went to the market yesterday, and I just wanted to get a couple of things, chips, whatever. I was in that motherfucking line for about 45 minutes, just one line, because everybody was buying the Chef Boyardee, the fucking top ramen. I mean, are you really going to eat that top ramen?
No.
And I'm not trying to laugh at people, but I just think that there is such thing as fucking over panicking, you know?
And that's what's happening, dude.
That's
Like,
what's happening.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just too cool for school, bro. But I'm like, look, buy yourself a bag of beans. Those things will last forever.
Yeah.
And get you some water. You'll be all right. And some oranges.
Some
we got
rice.
some trees, yeah, rice. You know, like watch, this shit'll be over in 3 weeks.
That's
And
it.
everybody's gonna be like, what the fuck? And if it's not over in 3 weeks, okay, then I'll say, shit, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
You know what people should do? Save their receipts.
Yeah.
So you can take that toilet paper back.
No, those you'll see fucking
Their houses-
everybody's selling toilet paper on the sidewalk. So hey, special on toilet paper. Yeah.
Anyways, man, really quick, you seen any good movies lately?
Let me think. I'm not really into movies. I'm into the music. I'll go back and I love YouTube, and I'll start looking like, you know, like yesterday I was watching John Lennon. Remember how they said he was dead and the
Right.
whole hoax and so shit. I'll start watching stupid shit like that. But what have I was watching something about Dirty Money on Netflix.
Oh, yeah. Me
Dirty,
too.
But I fell asleep, man. I guess
It was that good.
yeah. I fell asleep. I think I fell asleep now. I never did that before, and now I'm like.
Okay, well,
Knocked out.
for those of you that haven't seen it yet, and I'm gonna recommend this to you too, because I love like horror shit.
Okay.
Like not horror, like
Whore?
like horrors,
Not
but like-
WHORE.
yeah, but horror. Yeah.
HORRO.
I watched Dracula
Dracula.
on fucking Netflix.
Okay.
That shit is hard. It's like 3 episodes. The first one was the best one, but you know all of them were good. The ending, the third one, it's kind of a little bullshit. I still didn't get it. I had to rewind it, watch it a couple of times to try to understand it. But Netflix has got some pretty good shit right now.
Okay.
You know, I seen the other one, Ted Bundy, con este Zac Efron. He plays Ted Bundy. He actually played a pretty good part. It makes you forget that he's fucking Zac Efron.
Then that's a good actor.
Yeah, he played.
Actually,
a
I
pretty good role.
did watch a movie that you know, I'm older now. I was like, shit, what? But I can't remember. I just watched, and I fucking didn't think I was gonna like it. It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood with Tom Hanks.
How was that one?
I liked it, man.
Yeah?
I grew up when that was around, but I never watched that. When I was a kid, I never watched it. But I remember the jingle, because it's always that jingle. That's why we know it,
Yeah.
right? But it made you like, yeah, that's why they're good actors, because it made me think like, shit. Then I went back to like YouTube, the original guy, like, damn, this guy was actually a nice guy. And
Yeah.
was he really helping people like that? Like, we're like, how they show. I'm sure that some of it is for entertaining purposes, but I believe that they gotta be a lot of truth to it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
that's what I did watch. I watched that one, and I don't know what it's called. I think it's.
Do you watch a lot of YouTube shit?
That's usually what I'm on. Like if I was looking into I was trying to get into because I like the shit that's not popular. Like we know the Supremes, the Mary Wells, and like the Marvin Gayes. Everybody knows George Clinton. I'm always trying to find like that rare funk, or I was looking into like the rare reggae, because I love the 70s sound. Something about the 70s sounds that the 80s was cool too, 90s was cool too, but for me, like at heart, it's the 70s, and you probably know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Something about the 70s, dude. Like part of the the disco, and at the time we didn't know that it's a sound, a tone that was being recorded through whatever equipment they had, because when shit changes, then the sound kind of starts changing, and yeah, it sounds cleaner, and now we have digital and it's cleaner, but I'll go back and play like some old shit that was recorded on analog, and I'm like, oh fuck, there is a difference. There is a difference, dude. There is a difference. And that's kind of where I trip out. I sit there, and that's what I do. I'll sit there in my home studio and try to figure out, like, shit, what plug-in, this, that, and then I start reading about it, and it's like a mad scientist in there, bro. It's like, that's what happens.
You know, it's funny because you mentioned the 70s. The majority of Quick's, DJ Quick's snares from his first 3 albums were sampled kicks and snares from 70s rock bands.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of them, you got to understand that before the rap came, that's what it was. It was rock bands that you went into the breaks, like the breaks. And we didn't know. It was maybe people that might have been 3-4 years older, because Dre's like 3 or 4 years older, and he was taking that and introducing it to us. We didn't know what it was till like later. We're like, oh shit, that's that. Oh, right. And that's where we found out and stuff. So
well, it's like kind of like the original Roxanne by UTFO. A lot of people don't know that a lot of those drums and snares came from Big Beat Billy Squire.
Billy Squire. Not only that, you talk about Roxanne, that's the Police. Roxanne. Right. And so I'm like, oh shit. I'm not saying it doesn't sound familiar, but that's where they probably got the name. Like, it was, if you listen to that song by the Police and the one by UTFO, they're talking about a girl too. See what I'm saying? But they just, that was genius how they just rapped it. Yeah, they flipped it. So shit like that, you know?
So since you watch a lot of YouTube, do you ever, like when you're at home, do you ever check out any of the episodes?
Yeah, I have checked them. Now, if you ask me which one was it, I'll have to sit there and brainstorm, because I don't have the greatest memory. You got a good memory, Tony, because I don't know how you can repeat everything the same way. How you say, if my life depended on it, I'm the guy that'll improvise. Like if I had a podcast, man, there's gonna be something different every fucking day. Because,
well, I told you that you should have started up a proper radio.
I might still,
you know, proper radio.
I want to help people out. I'm like what did I say? Now I'm gonna say I'm not a psychic, but I just said it earlier. What's it called? Therapy. If you guys need therapy, call me up. I got all the answers, because I seen it all. You know, it's people that come in here and they having girl problems, and I can tell. I'm like, look, this fool's in the corner talking to his girl because they don't let him do this and that, and he's got to go home. I seen it all at the studios. Right. Yeah, so I got the answers. And girls too, like, hey, this guy, this and that. He's being I'm like.
Well, speaking of girls, you ever been catfished?
Have I? I probably have back in MySpace.
You probably, yeah. Well, MySpace days.
Yeah. You kind of look at the picture and like, damn, she's fine, and then you get there and like, whoa, you know.
Well, it's because a lot of those pictures
from the neck up.
The neck up. They'll take about 50 pictures. And post one. Yeah. You know, and it's usually at an angle. Now, I'll tell you what. If you look at a girl's pictures, and it's always the same angle. Beware.
Yeah. So
okay, so that's all I'm saying, because a lot of them look dope in the nightclub, you know, with the disco lights. But once those lights come on, your ass better run, homie.
Yeah.
Well, you better have drank a lot.
Yeah.
So, no, the reason why I'm asking if you watch a lot of YouTube or if you watch some of our old episodes is because you haven't been here since episode 4.
Episode 4. That's crazy. Yeah.
I know.
And you said you're on what now?
42 now.
42.
Yes, 42.
Damn.
Yeah. So, but you know what? I'm glad that we could still, because we've been friends.
Well, we're label mates too. Scandalous Record. I don't know if people know that we were on the same label. Scandalous, you know,
since the early '90s.
Since the early '90s,
man. So. But other than that, I know you mentioned that you turn on YouTube, you listen to a lot of rock music, and a lot of times people that follow you on Instagram, they see a lot of the stuff that you sample. And then you'll play it on there.
Yeah.
I always said this, that you need to be careful with that shit. Because motherfuckers listen to that shit and they'll go bite and, you know.
Yeah, and I kind of don't worry about it but I'm like, why would they want to steal my shit? Like, it ain't, no. But you're right, because I do listen to some shit. I'm like, oh shit, that kind of sounds like my shit, but it's not the same. It's kind of like, you know, so they can bite, but, you know, I don't know. It's
You played one where you were sampling Culture Club.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, that motherfucker's a hit right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what's to stop me living in, Texas somewhere? And then I'm like, oh shit, let me unfollow this motherfucker. I already took his idea.
Yeah.
And then I'm over here mumbling over it, and it's a hit.
Yeah.
You just gave me a hit.
Yeah. I mean, I just look at it like, okay, just like I kind of got inspired by Culture Club, because, that was an 80s hit. Like, I think it was a Time song. I forgot. I think that's what they call it, the Time song.
Time Won't Give Me Time?
Yeah, Time Won't Give Me Time. And back then it was like, we had a front because the dude was kind of, he's gay or something, right? I mean, we couldn't say that. Hey, it's like Little
song.
Pump. Yeah, Little Pump. Yeah, that was the old Pump. And so, but now it's like, man, that was a dope song. And I'm listening to the bass lines and all that. But I gotta replay it. I got real musicians to play on it, and I flipped it, put new drums, and did it, and I slowed it down. So. I can't. How am I gonna be so mad because I took it from somebody else? So I'm like, that's cool. And now it's like everybody shit sounds the same. I'm sorry to say, same drums, same. Everything.
Yeah, that's the sad part. And people get upset when you say that, but it's the fucking truth.
Yeah, and if you don't sound like that, then I don't know. I guess you're not hip or you're old. You're old.
We're old. I'm an old ass fool. I'm about to be 52 soon.
I'm 50. Well, I'm 49.
No, you just turned.
I turned 49 on Wednesday.
Everybody out there, wish this guy happy birthday. Go to his Instagram and wish him happy birthday. Okay. Do you need another one? Can you get one, Alex?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're just in a chill today. You know what?
Yeah, well, it's going to be different. Ask questions. I'll read some of the comments.
You know what it is that I could have canceled when Kim asked to reschedule.
Yeah.
But you know what? I wanted to keep this shit going on.
I was down the street buying tacos on Avalon. So shit.
There you go, take it. But lo que pasa es esto, that every time we turn on the damn TV, coronavirus update. Yeah. Coronavirus is
It's the media that's scaring you guys. I mean, how many of you guys out there really, really, really like? Hey, bro. And one thing that I don't know if it's true, but correct me. If you're wearing those masks.
Right.
The only one that should be wearing it is the guy that has the coronavirus, so it doesn't come out.
Right.
If you have it, I don't think it's gonna do nothing for you.
Right.
Maybe it is, but maybe it's placebo. If you think it is, then okay. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Watch me have that shit later on. Huh?
Now let me ask you this, Ernie G from for those of you guys that are just tuned in. Do you ever go places? And this is one thing that I never actually bring up to a lot of the people that I interview. You ever go places and get recognized?
I used to, not so much because I kind of don't go nowhere, man. I'm a homebody. I like being in the back in the studio, the home studio. So I used to want to be out and about and what's popping. Let's go here, and then like we were having the discussion. Off air, it's like it gets repetitious, and you already know the outcome most of the time. And it's like I'm gonna go there, so be like, yeah, it was cool, and then you're gonna come home and be like, what did I get out of it? Nothing. So, I'd rather I stay home.
I'll tell you one thing that I wasn't prepared for, because when I interviewed you. Episode 4, we were doing it every Wednesday, so we were already a month into it.
Yeah,
we weren't doing Sundays, and what I wasn't prepared for is going places and being recognized.
Okay.
And most people, they come up to me, hey, you're Roadium Radio.
Yeah.
And I usually say, no, I'm not. And they're like, yeah, you're Roadium Radio.
Yeah, because I think we're kind of like cut from the same cloth where I feel weird. Like
it is.
I'm just like you guys, believe it or not. Like, yeah, the only reason was I got lucky. I like to make music. I really like to make music. I came up in a certain era that this music was playing this music. So I turned that, like I was into that and I was able to do that. And I really, I tell people, it's not that I'm good. It's just that I really like what I was doing. I'm glad
you say that, because other people, your fans will say you're hell of a good.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, I'm not. Legends, I would say Dr. Dre, Quincy Jones. To me, they done shit. They got paid. They got homes. They got, you know me, yeah, of course I wanted that, but it didn't. Like my boy says, we all can't be Big Willies now, and that's true. We're not all gonna be all out of all these rappers. Maybe one will make it. It's kind of like that sperm, that made it. Like that's why probably I'm here. So okay,
That's a good analogy right there.
So
Because I go out to restaurants sometimes with my son.
yeah,
And I feel bad even sharing this because they might even be listening, but I'm gonna share. And you'll get people that I don't know if they're mad dogging me,
yeah,
or because sometimes when I look, I have kind of like a mean look.
Yeah.
But it's my thinking face.
Yeah.
Okay. And they'll be looking at me, and sometimes I'm like, "What's up?" And they'll be like, "What's up?" So
Yeah.
I'll tell my son, "Hey man, I'm about to go fuck this fool up. Go pay the bill. I'll meet you in the front or whatnot." Then they'll come up to me and then they'll
start
say,
the car.
I go, "What's up, man?" They'll be like, "Hey, Tony, hey, can I take a picture with you?" And now I feel fucking dumb.
yeah.
Okay, but that's just the way it is.
Well, yeah. Now you got to start thinking like, nah. He probably just, he sees me for this show, and you gotta, as long as you're humble, I think they understand. And to us, I get it. Sometimes I think I heard Be Real say this. He said, to us, giving somebody a handshake is nothing. Like,
Right.
hey, what's up, bro? Yeah, whatever. And we move on because we do it all the time. But to that person, he will always remember that handshake. Like, or like he signed my shit. He was cool, man. I met him,
Right.
And I get it because that's happened to me when I bumped into, like, let's say, a Dr. Dre or, somebody like, Rick. To me, Rick Rubin, dude, at the beach where I was at in Zuma Beach. I didn't want to jam him up. But I would always throw him off because he'd be jogging to lose some weight. If you guys don't know who Rick Rubin, that's a legend. That's a legend. Rick Rubin. So I would see him. He would jog, and I didn't want to bother him. I'm like, Rick. I would just yell Rick, and he would like turn because nobody really knew him. Right there, he's over there in Zuma Beach and stuff. And he would see me, and I would be like, "What's up, Rick?" And then one time I was doing something. He saw me. He was like, "Hey, man. What are you listening?" He came up to me and said, "Hey, what are you listening to?" And then I realized these people are human like us. It's just that they got to move a little bit different because they're so popular. They're so, they're famous, and
Right.
I get it. So I get it, But then you're gonna have your homeboy. Oh, that fool thinks he's bad, or he didn't want to talk to me. No, sometimes, and maybe sometimes that's not my case. I don't think that I'm too bad. I don't want to talk to you. But if you have, like Michael Jackson, I get it. If 100 people are outside, he's got to do his show, and everybody wants to shake his hand, somebody's going to grab him and say, "You got to go, Mike." Or after a while, he's done it for 20 years. You got to understand. It's like, be careful what you want, man, because, after a while, I kind of wasn't feeling doing shows. The first couple of times was great. Like, oh, wow, this shit is for real. Oh, you get the chicks. Oh, you get the drinks. You get the thrash the damn hotel rooms. I mean, remember throwing those damn seats out we did all that shit,
Right.
and we're like, it was fun.
Right.
But after a while, not every party was fun. Not every show was fun. Some of them were like, damn, this was kind of boring. But that's how it goes.
Hey, so let me ask you this: have you gone around to watching the DOCUMIXERY?
Yeah, well, I had the password because you had it on a
Right,
password
I sent
thing,
you a link.
and I did watch it when you gave me that. So yeah, I did watch. It was a while back, but
Now, from what you can remember, because I know you always say that
my
you
memory's
can't remember.
shot, and I didn't even do drugs.
Wow,
I don't know what it is.
too many micheladas, maybe.
It could,
Nah,
maybe. No, I don't think so. I don't know what it is.
Too many mujeres.
Maybe.
But now, from what you can remember, you care to share like what you thought when you first saw it?
I thought it was different. It wasn't like, to be honest, because mostly when everybody makes a documentary, it's always like in a way like low budget, right? Like, oh, just real quick, like this and that, which after a few years it becomes kind of classic. Like if you ever watch, like, say, the old Wild Style movie, for
Right.
those that know, it looked low budget, but it was like, but then as the years go by, it becomes a classic, just how it is, like a cult thing. But this one was done like damn, no, Tony went out. And that's one thing I noticed from you, that when you do something, you do it right. You said, psh, psh, psh. If I'm doing something, I'll try to please everybody. Like, oh, I need to mix this. Oh, I need to do that. So I kind of, jack of all trades, master of none. I say that. But when you guys did it, it was kind of like, damn, you had this guy. Oh shit, you went beyond what I thought you were gonna do. So, and then explaining and leaving that for history, you know, because people won't know that. Give it another shit. Already they wouldn't have known if you didn't bring this up, like the Roadium.
Yeah, they would have forgot about him real quick.
Yeah, real quick. So for people that want to know, it's always going to be there, you know?
Right.
So
the reason why I took my time on it was because I wanted to make sure that nobody can come in and, if you will, try to do another one. This story's already been told.
yeah.
Part of the idea of what I got from doing that was when you knew that I knew Alan and Albert Hughes, the Hughes brothers.
Yeah.
When they did Menace to Society, they told me like this: we wanted to put the lid on gangster movie. Like, this is the epitome of a gangster. We put the lid. After this, we don't know if anything better can come along.
Yeah.
So what I did, I took my time. It took us a year to film. I drove my boy John crazy because we didn't have a script. A lot of it was run and gun, which a lot of people can't tell. But everything was up here. I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do that.
Yeah.
And I would tell them, you'll see when we edit it. Now, I wanted to put the lid on this story so that nobody else can top it, if you will.
Yeah.
Unless they interviewed Steve YANO, but Steve YANO's no longer with us.
Not here. Yeah.
So, other than that, the reaction that we've gotten back from the documentary has been awesome. Has been fucking amazing. Not one person has ever told me, not even not one person.
No, I don't think they can. They can't.
If anything, and it's almost 3 hours, like 5 minutes short of 3 hours. People have told me I wanted more.
Yeah.
People have said I learned so much from this. People have told me I watched it 3 times. One guy actually told me I watched it twice, back to back. That's 6 hours from his day.
Yeah.
And to me, like I would tell my boy John, that's our pay right there. Nobody's going to become a millionaire from a documentary.
Yeah.
And I'm not even saying that.
Yeah.
And it's not a documentary about me, but it's a documentary shedding light
About
Steve YANO. Steve YANO, who played roles in our lives.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He did.
Now, let's talk a little bit. We got a couple of minutes about Chicano rap. The reason why I bring that up is because even though Steve didn't call proper those, if you will, Chicano rap, he knew, or being somewhat of a visionary, that eventually this is where this market is going to go. He used to always say that. Yeah. And he ended up signing you guys, opening up the studio. You and Frank would come down Santa Monica, would work in the studio. I would always see you guys there because we would always go out back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think? I know Steve made money. Okay, that's without a shadow of a doubt. But he could have signed any other group. Why do you think, if anything, he went with a Chicano group?
Look, man, I ain't trying to. I don't toot my own horn, and I didn't know this at the time. Frank B, to me, is the greatest. One of the greatest. I mean, okay, I'll listen to somebody else, but even at the time, and I felt low key. I felt like I had a different taste. That's all.
Right.
I couldn't figure out the drum machine sometimes. I couldn't figure out how to sometimes get the loops, because in between the samples, the snare wouldn't hit right. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, this shit, I'm sure if I listened to the album, I'd be like, oh, that shit was off right there a little bit, maybe,
Right.
Some of the scratches when I was there off. But Frank just... And I think it's because he came from Texas and he kind of grew. His older brothers grew up on classic rock. So he was growing up on classic rock. It wasn't until he got to high school that he started hanging out, with the gangs and and he became into it. And maybe he wanted to and he just had it, dude. He just had it.
Yeah.
He just had it.
He had one thing that nobody can ever talk bad about is Frank when it came down to his vocals. He had a great delivery. He had a great mic presence. He had a great voice.
Voice.
He had great lyrics, great cadence.
Yeah.
And it is true. A lot of people considered him, if you will, the Mexican Ice Cube.
Yes.
And it is true.
It is true. I heard that a lot. That he was the Mexican Ice Cube. Frank. And he could go ahead on with Ice Cube. I won't say that about a lot of people. But Frank, his mind had... Listen to Ghetto Baseball, man.
Right.
Listen to Ghetto Baseball,
right.
dude. A lot of references, Brown Cigar. He's talking. The Beatles have a song I think called "Brown Cigar."
Right.
A lot of stuff is he's referencing like Jimi Hendrix.
Right.
Like a lot of he was a lyricist. I was into music. I was into the drums and the guitar and the bass, like a bass line to me. And if you guys notice what I sample, it's in a certain key. Right. It's in a certain key, and it just it hits me. It just like it hits me, and it like it's almost I would say it's almost as good as sex, but that's debatable.
But sex is good. Yeah, it's debatable.
But it hits like I'll hear it. I'm like, oh, and that's what's kind of lovely about YouTube because it's kind of like if you're it's 2 a.m. and you're like, man, you got man, you don't want to go turn on the turntable, go grab the sample. Now with the laptop, you can kind of have the same effect. So
well, when I used to go in there, not too many people can say this. At least for the first 2 albums, I would be in and out. A lot of times I wouldn't sit in on the sessions, obviously, because I respected you guys' space. I respected you guys' creativity. And many times like me, I like working alone. Yeah. Unlike Dre, many times Dr. Dre would have 20 guys in the damn room, vibing with them. All that's cool, but that was never me. Okay. And I we're not saying that Frank B was better than Ice Cube, but he was likened
he was.
to Ice Cube, and because Ice Cube is dope, Frank B was dope. Yeah. And I always thought that the Proper Dose, at least the first 2 albums, was the epitome of what people call Chicano rap today. Now I know people get mad when I said this, and I'm going to say it anyways. Bring me 2 other Chicano rap artists with their albums that are better than those first 2.
I mean, I'm sure somebody's gonna say this and that, and I'm down to listen and be like,
but that's just me.
Yeah, that's
that's me. Yeah. You're not saying that. I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But that's not saying that they're whack or no. I'm just saying that.
And you gotta understand, back then, it was still a hood mentality. Yeah. So of course we were like, our shit's hard, Our shit's hard, and who, like I remember going to Steve and bringing the demo when I was on Big Chill, rest in peace, my cousin, and we were selling those first vinyls, the first Mexican Power, and I don't remember if it was right there. He listened to it because he had a turntable and you can play it, right? And he was like, oh, it sounds like Lighter Shade of Brown, and I was like, what? That shit don't sound like no Lighter Shade of Brown, because Lighter Shade of Brown was more radio, more radio. They had the overalls, guests, and and we were like more on the gang. It's NWA. We were on the gangster tip, like on the gang. I'm like, but I didn't say nothing. I'm like, I thought he was trying to downplay it so he can be like, sell me more for like, so lowball me. So I'm like, all right, but this shit's hard,
Let's press pause right there, and we're going to come back after a 10-minute break. We good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, everybody, once again, due to some unfortunate circumstances that Chemo was not able to be here, but we rescheduled him. Much love, much respect to Chemo from Delinquent Habits. But you know what? He'll be back on here soon. So if you're watching, talk to you soon, brother. Handle your business. And we'll be back. So call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Ernie G from Proper Dose is in the building. And after I interview Ernie G, I have another special guest. You're going to want to tune in. See you in 10 minutes.
What it do is Mr. Little One chilling on Roadium Radio with the one and only Tony A and John motherfucking Elkins, boy.
Hey, what up? It's your boy Mr. Shadow. You're watching Roadium Radio with my homeboy Tony A, the Wizard. You know what time it is.
Yeah, what up? This is Mr. Night Owl, and you're listening to Roadium Radio with the legendary Tony A, the motherfucking Wizard.
Yo, what's cracking? Nosotros somos Aqua y estamos aquí con Tony A, the Wizard. You know Roadium Radio, damn it. You know what it is.
Yo, what up? This is Mellow Man Ace and Padrino, and you tuned in to Roadium Radio with my man Tony A. Keep it locked.
Yo, what's cracking? It's your boy OG Arabian Prince from the world's most dangerous group, NWA. Sitting here with my boy Tony A, the Wizard on Roadium Radio.
What's up? This is Esther Dazzle, Spanish Fly, Harbor Area's finest. Tune in to Tony A on Roadium Radio.
What's up, everybody? It's your homegirl Magic Girl, and you are now listening to Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard.
Yo, what's up? This is Bozo, aka Emiliano. You tune into Roadium Radio on Tony Vision's YouTube channel. Let's get it.
What up, what up? It's Misfit Soto. You guys are now in tune to Roadium Radio right here on Tony Vision on YouTube.
Yep. Check it out. This is MC Poncho on the MIC. Shout out to Tony A the Wizard, Roadium Radio. You already know.
What up? This is DJ Trick, Spanish Fly, and you're watching Tony A on the Roadium Radio Show.
Big G, Roadium Radio, Tony A in full effect. Stay tuned, watch, listen. This is how we doing it over here.
Yo, what up? I'm out here. This Big Daddy Swoles. I'm jamming with my man, Tony A the Wizard, out here on Roadium Radio. The podcast is off the hook. Check us out.
This is DJ Clientele, and you are listening to Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard.
Yeah, this Baby Bounce here with Tony A the Wizard. You are now tuned in to the Roadium Radio. We do it for the people. You hear me?
Mic check. Ernie G from Proper Dos, and I'm listening to Tony A the motherfucking Wizard on Roadium Radio. And if you don't know, you should know.
What's up, everybody? This is Soren Baker. I'm the author of the book, The History of Gangster Rap, in stores now worldwide. And you're listening to Roadium Radio, hosted by Tony A. Make sure to check it out. We talk about the Roadium mixtapes. We're here. Soren Baker, Roadium Radio.
Y'all, this is Rudy Gregg, and I'm chilling with Tony the Wizard on Roadium Radio.
Yo, this is Daniel Jones, the D to the motherfucking G Media Clips. Here with your boy, Tony A the Wizard on the Roadium Radio Show.
Hey, this is Swifty Blue. I'm right here at Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard. Stay tuned.
It's the KAS here live on Roadium Radio with the one and only Tony A the Wizard.
What up, y'all? This is Kiki Smooth, the first Mexican rapper out of Compton, rich and ruthless, and you're listening to the Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Grand Wizard, El Mago himself. Hey, Compton's in the house.
What's up? It's Quete Yes Guy with my Harbor Audio homeboy Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio. Yes, God.
Hey, what's up, gente? It's your homeboy Duende. You're tuned into Roadium Radio with my homeboy Tony A the Wizard. Ya te la sabes, güey.
What up? It's your boy Baldacci the Beast, F from Music, Face of LA. Right here at Roadium Radio. Make sure y'all tune in. Your boy Tony A the Wizard. Brah.
What's up? This is DJ Dominator, and you're listening to Tony A on Roadium Radio.
This is Kelvin Anderson, owner of the world famous VIP Records, and you listen to my man Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio.
Yeah, what up? It's Lil Black, you the brown super baller, and you checking out Roadium Radio with the homeboy Tony A the Wizard.
Yo, what's cracking? It's your boy OG Big Wicked, Real Ones Apparel, Orange County. Out here with my boy Tony A the Wizard, Roadium Radio. Y'all make sure to peep it. Peace.
Que tranza raza, aquí su servidor, Sinful El Pecador, and you listening to Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A the Wizard.
Check. What's up? It's your boy Capital I Man from the Mexican Crew, and you're tuning into Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A the Wizard. Motherfucker's a legend.
Wow. What's up, y'all? This is Chris the Glove, and you're watching the Roadium Radio Show on Tony Vision on YouTube.
What's up? This is Mr. D on Roadium Radio, kicking back with the homeboy Tony A.
Yo, what's up? This is John motherfucking Elkins, and you're tuning into Roadium Radio with my homeboy DJ Tony A the Wizard.
What up, West Coast and all hip-hop fans? This is your girl, Violet Brown, and I'm here with Tony A the Wizard. And if you're rolling with us right now, that means that you love West Coast hip-hop. And if you want to know the real deal from the real players, the real people behind the scenes, you better pick up Tony's new film, Roadium Mixtape DOCUMIXERY. You get it by going to DOCUMIXERY.com. You better get this, and I want to do a special shout out and a rest in peace to my man Steve YANO. I'm out.
Yeah, what up? This is Mr. Night Owl, and I'm chilling right here with John motherfucking Elkins. Beware, motherfuckers, because we coming.
Heard about this young kid from the Harbor area named Tony A, and he was a DJ, you know what I'm saying? He was going in with the big stars, you know what I'm saying? And he was like one of us going in and infiltrating inside of all these MCs, you know what I'm saying?
A Roadium mixtape is just mixed of different types of music, no matter what genre it is. And like I said, it's like making your own musical movie.
When La Raza came out, man, even the amount of sales of the single of La Raza that got moved out of the Roadium was crazy, bro. And that song just got played and was played in all the stands over there. And I was blessed to go back one time even to see it, and I want to say in 91 or 92.
Although they were not black, they were Oriental, Asian, whatever you want to call them, they were cool. And they embraced everybody, blacks, Latinos, whoever came to the swap meet to want to buy music, they were record people.
Hey, Tony, drop that. What, bass? I bet.
My name is The Croft, the C-R-A-W-F-O-R-D, the poet high C. Tony A, the wizard, just as cool as a visit. Picking out his tongue, stabbing pussy like a lizard. Ooh, so sorry, homie, I didn't mean to say that. Steve is in the house. Come on, won't you play that funky dope beat? You know you gotta throw me some Stanley's ass Croft coming straight from the Roadium.
You are now about to witness
Tony A.
Get funky.
Tell her where you from.
You don't think I'm living, well, fuck you.
Who's on Saturday night in LA? Yo, feeling kind of fancy. Stop what you're doing, cause I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you used to. What the hell are you looking for? Can a young man make money anymore? Wear my jeans and like freaking on the floor? Or is it my job to make sure I'm poor? Disruption, disorder will nourish, not justify. Those that live at the FBI, look at mama's baby. Ice Cube getting dumb at the Roadium with the funky drum, and you know my man Steve can get some. With a fool like Tony A when he plays stupid dope shit by NWA. You wanna spray? Dumb motherfuckers, no doubt. And sucker DJ. Get the fuck out! Tony A.
What did you say your name? What did you say your name?
Tony A.
I have won 1 million battles. Lights, cameras, action, sound. Give me that mic, I'm about to go down.
thinking of a master plan.
Yo, tear shit up.
Hey, yo, D, you got a level? D, hit record, man.
Get busy with Easy and Tony A on the 12 technique. See?
Here's a little something about a nigga like me. They never should have been trying to take from me. Yo, this is your main man. You don't like cocaine or fuck. I'm rocking shit at the Roadium. Let's do 1, 2, 1, 2. Right about now, you ain't tracing the motherfucking. Drop that baby.
No, this is not a mistake. Do not attempt to adjust your television. This is Roadium Radio episode 42, and I am your guest, host
with the most,
Tony A, the motherfucking wizard. And I'm back here with Ernie G from Proper Dose, and I'm just goofing off. I see you over there drinking a Modelo, not to be confused with the Corona.
Not the Corona, but the Modelo virus.
Yeah, see, that's how you defeat it.
Right here.
That's how you defeat it.
It's a good virus.
You know, somebody asked, does Ernie G, do you still make a living off of music?
Do I make a nah, I mean, I get checks, but you don't want to see them.
Hey, that's it. Hey, as long as you get some checks, homie.
But and I got to get some more checks because somebody, like the music, like somebody, I know basically somebody's putting the music on all the platforms right now. And they put them in a compilation, but that's not coming to me. It's not ours. So somebody, the game is, what do they say?
Scanless.
It's scanless. Yeah. So I'm talking to some attorneys because they did it before. They had some stuff up there and they took them down because, you know, I kind of know who it is, but you know.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so anyway.
You don't want to pull their chonies down on radio?
No.
No. Okay. Anyways, other than that, before that, we were talking about Mexican power. Let me say this. A lot of people, to a certain extent, not only were they happy, excited, but also proud when that name came out, Mexican power.
That was the whole thing, man.
What inspired that name, if you will?
I don't know. I don't know. I was just the guy making the beats, and Frank would just write to him like it was like it just happened. Like it was organic. It was just like nothing was forced. Like I think Frank had to prove himself. You know, like mix. You know, like, and I was like, yeah, that's good. And they're like, yeah, cool. Okay, cool. And sometimes it wasn't. Sometimes the things that are thought out are the things that kind of don't. It's the things that just kind of happen.
Yeah.
That become the like. How many times you hear that story? Like, it just happened. Or how many times has it happened where like, oh, I didn't like that verse. And look, it's the hit.
Right.
You know, and you know, look what he's saying, man. Mexican power. I think people still don't understand it. I think they're still gonna be like, maybe a couple more years, they'll be like, damn, this shit is, yeah. It wasn't. Frank had that voice, you know what I mean? That is just perfect for that song. It wasn't too Chicano rap.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It wasn't too Chicano rap.
Exactly.
Like, hey, homie, like, too, like, you know, because sometimes that made you look like, you know, I don't know. It's like, hey, man, he was kicking knowledge.
Right.
But he wasn't preaching.
He was a rapper.
He was a rapper, and he was kicking it right, and he was hitting you with facts. He was telling you, and, you know. I think that's what happened with that's what the game's missing, you know, like
okay.
You know, I don't know.
Now, you know what? When you guys did a song called Aquí para Frank V. Okay. On there, was there a diss? Remember when he said
there was a diss.
Dancing on stage like chavalas?
Yeah. And that was, I mean, I'm sure they knew that was towards. And it wasn't, I don't think it was nothing personal because we didn't know them, you know. For the fruity overalls or with the booty as rolas, you know.
Right.
But it was, you know, I'll say we, because, you know, if he's rolling, I gotta be in it too. If I'm in it too, you better be with me. You know what I mean? So, you know, Frankie was the one writing the lyrics. So, you know, yeah, he was talking about lighter shade of brown. Right. You know, and I keep out of Frank V. But yeah, I don't think it was like, I'm sure they know it too. You know, because I think they definitely sold more records. You know, just because they had the popularity side. You know, and we were more like on the underground. You know,
right.
So we had like, and you know, they probably had more of the.
They probably had better distribution as well.
Yeah, better distribution. They just, you know.
Now I'm gonna say something, and you tell me right or wrong, and I'll accept it from you.
Yeah.
If Frank V would have just kept his head on straight, you guys would have made much more records, much more money.
Definitely. I'm easy going, bro. I'm not. I'm almost like, okay, you want that? Yes, bro. I don't care. Because I would tell him, Frank, don't worry about the money. The money will come, bro.
Right.
We still young. But he wanted to be paid on, like, if he was making a song right now, he wanted to get paid like right now. Well, I ain't getting paid, and. You know,
you guys could have been some of the first Chicanos to go out there to Japan, to Europe.
Yeah, we never even. Yeah, everywhere. It's funny. Like, we never got to go there, but it was because it was. I think we were just starting to you know, get into it.
That's what they love out there.
Yeah,
you know, that's what they love out there. You guys could have been living in the Mexican part of Beverly Hills.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so. I think so. It's just after a while, it just became. It became hard to deal. You know how you hear about rock stars,
right?
The rock star mentality. It just became hard to deal with. So like, hey Tony, hey man, you got to get up. We got to go. Hey man, we got to go. We got to go to San Francisco.
Right.
Hey Frank, let's go, Frank. Frank, Frank. You know, hitting the whole, and they would be like, oh, what you hear in every other documentary. You know,
right.
It's just they were much bigger. Like, man, this guy's still asleep. He's not showing up. Where's Frank at? Where's Frank at? You know, that kind of shit.
I know.
So you kind of know. Same shit.
Well, much love and respect to Frank V.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question that a lot of people want to know. Still any word from Frank V?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you haven't heard
anything new? I have not heard nothing, man. Nothing.
I had a guy that hit me up on Facebook not too long ago, and he goes, hey, Frank V's out. You should interview him. And I was just saying, okay, cool. Have him contact me, you know, because I haven't heard anything. You know?
Yeah, I hope he's doing okay, man, because he's definitely, you know, after you grow up, you kind of, you know, sometimes there is, well, not upset, but I was like, you know, you get them egos where like, oh, fuck you, I ain't talking to you, you know? Like, I don't care. Yeah, everybody goes through that shit, and then you grow up and you're like, what's up? Because I did talk to him after that, like, maybe last time was 5 years ago. He came to the house. We recorded like 2 tracks, and yeah, but you got to understand, it was a time that you don't get back, man. Like, right. you probably want to make the same music, and if you would have stuck together, like maybe like the Rolling Stones, then it still would have probably worked. But it's a time that, fuck, you don't even realize it, that's where the magic was at. That was where the magic, and we don't know it. You're making it, you're doing it. Like when you guys did I'm Not Your Puppet, High C, the whole thing. That's the magic time. Like, it's like me saying to you, like, hey, well, if you guys in High C making it's not the same.
Right.
You know, everybody grown up, and that time, it's not there no more, dude. It's gone.
Right. Yeah. You gotta pretty much take advantage of that moment.
Yeah.
You know, because some of those songs that we did back then wouldn't work today.
Obviously, no, they're not gonna work.
You know, music change. You have to make an impact and make whatever you can during that time, and then either you change music yourself and start your own trend, or you fucking bite everybody else and sound like everybody else, and that's where we're at today.
That's how it is, and I'm fine with it.
Now let me ask you this: as far as today's music, who do you listen to, if anything?
I don't listen to really nothing. I'll go through like stuff, and I want to like stuff. I don't hate it, but I want to like stuff. The last what I was listening to was J Electronica.
How do you like that?
And of course, I liked a couple songs, but ask me if I'm gonna play it maybe tomorrow. No, that's it. You get one. That's it. It's like McDonald's, bro. It's $1 for that hamburger. You eat it, and it was good, but shit. Later on, that's it. You know, it's like that's how it is. It's like they get you in and out. Mostly, and the thing is this. As a producer and people that we like us producers that we make we make music, the way I listen to music is not the way a fan listens to music.
Exactly.
You're not gonna listen to it like, because remember when you were a DJ and you were like, man, that's hard. Ready, 1, 2, 3, like clear. It's time. You weren't really paying attention to like the beat pattern. You were like, this shit is hard. Planet Rock, that shit was hard as fuck. Play at your own risk, still to this day hard as fuck. You know?
Of course.
And you're like, but now that I'm a producer and I know how that got tracked, and I'm like, oh shit, Planet Rock, Play at Your Own Risk, Pack Jam, they're all done with the same goddamn drum machine.
Right.
Okay, they might have switched up the pattern. And so every time I listen to it, I'm like, oh, the tempo's different. I'm listening to, look what I'm saying. I'm listening to tempos. I'm listening to, what kind of harp was that? Was that did they have a Juno back then? What were they? Damn, they actually play that shit live, because nowadays you on your digital audio workstation, which is a DAW, like either Pro Tools or Studio One or whatever you use, all you do is copy 4 bars and you copy paste. Back then, remember, you had to do the hook 3 times.
3 times. Yeah.
3 times. You had to rap it and you fucked up. Rewind the tape. Do it again. Yeah, remember, it was like, now that didn't sound right.
Oh, when we were hiring Stewart to play bass, he had to play bass all
the way through. He had to play the fucking bass all the way through. Keyboards all the way through.
And that was the beauty of it, because you're recording it, and you're looking at him and you're saying, "Please don't fuck up."
Yeah,
please
exactly.
don't fuck up.
Hey, remember remember if you wanted a delay at Scanless, what would you have to do? I swear to God. And remember, Steve YANO was recording on a DAT. On the 2-inch, I don't know what they call the 2-inch, and then a cassette, because we want to listen to it in the car. So you had a motherfucker. He was on the cassette and on the DAT, and he'd be like, ready, go. Okay. And then if you wanted the delays, you had to be on the board, ready to unmute the delay on that word. And if you fucked up, stop, rewind everything back. But that's what it was.
That was
so
fun, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember when I was doing mellow stuff, you had to like mute. Like, let's say you wanted to mute the kick, the snare, whatever, and then
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh yeah. But those were the fun days, bro.
Those were fun days. Half of the time we were fucking around in the studio. Remember, he used to have food all the time in there.
All the fucking time.
That only lasted like 3 months, because after that he caught on. There was no food every time
There used to be a Mexican restaurant right on the street. I had to go.
It's still there, huh?
Burrito chile verde, yeah. I used to be fucked up and then fucking recording there. That shit was dope, bro.
And there was a dude on the corner where we get the beer. There was like a guy, Nick, right? His name was Nick. I still remember his name.
Say way he was always fucking drunk.
What's across the street? Century BMW, huh?
Yeah.
Century BMW was right there.
A lot of people ask me, what was the name of the street of that?
That's Main. It's Main Street.
Main Street.
Main
okay.
Street.
So those of you that have asked
me. Alhambra.
Yes, where the studio was.
And there's a little restaurant. Yeah, it's right. It's right in back or in front of the Century BMW. And it's kind of like an awkward street, because you have to go around, huh? You have to kind of go in through the alley and come back through the other side to come in through there.
Right.
Shit.
Now, let me ask you this, because the only other artist during that time that you were working with, other than Frank B, there was only one other artist, correct me if I'm wrong, this was, I want to say, 94, maybe 95, so it was Conejo.
Conejo, yeah.
Okay.
Conejo, yeah.
What year did you meet him?
Man, I'd have to ask Conejo. I really would, because like I said, Tony, it was like, I don't know where I met him, how I met him, but Conejo was always like, and instantly I liked him. Like, he was on some other raw shit. Like, he was a whole different, like, oh, I'm working with him too. Yeah. And I think that's where we recorded the first song. I think it was Killer from the West. We recorded Killer from the West. I remember, I think Steve caught that guy coming out of the bathroom all smack back, all on heroin and shit. Like, that's how it was back then. And I was like, whatever. I just want to make music. Like, if that's how you work, if that's what brings out that, because I'm sure a lot of our favorite songs, motherfuckers were fucked up. High.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Fucked up, George Clinton.
Yeah, I mean, today.
You ever wonder how the hell you come up with a song called Atomic Dog?
Yeah, Atomic Dog.
I would like to know. I'm sure it's out there, and but how the hell did you come up with a song?
He probably licked the back of a frog
or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but now, out of the first, I think I asked you this in episode 4. The first album. What was your favorite song? Was it Feet Behind It?
No. And I told people, I know, and I can't take credit for that. Remember Juice, the electric one?
Yeah, of course.
It's funny because a lot of stuff we would used to be so sarcastic. Like, me and Frank were so sarcastic with each other.
He was like a Will Smith.
Yeah. So, and we would be like, he would come in like, what's up with Juice the Electric Wire. And to him, he thought that was a dope name. We were just like Juice the Electric Wire. It was funny to us, like, but he was the in-house producer. He was staying there. I don't know what he was staying there, and he knew how to. That's when I first started to get into the drum machines, and I just had gotten my drum machine.
He lined up 2 SP12s.
Yeah,
remember?
that fucker was bad. He was bad, but he didn't have what I wanted him to have, like that kind of. It was almost like the stiff drums, like the stock drums, and like the popular, like boom, psh, boom, like boom. That's why boom, boom, boom. But I think Frank made that shit pop, because if it would have been some other rapper, it would have been on the corny side. You know what I mean? And remember back then, it was hardcore. It was like gangster rap. So you didn't want to come off like that, but Frank pulled it off. Like he pulled it off. I'm like, so. But what I was gonna say is that was Juice that produced that song. Juice produced that song.
What song was it?
Feed My Hyena.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I was like, I can't fuck with that. Ding, 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 ding. But I get it. We need back then it was like, remember, you needed a hit single. Like, you need, like, nobody's thinking that way. Like, you still kind of need a hit single right now if you want to make it. Everybody just raps and yeah, you're good at it and it sounds good, but that shit don't last no more than I don't think people sit there and play your shit.
Now let me ask you this about Art LeBeau pertaining to Feed Me Hyena.
Let me tell you the truth about that. When we did that song, Feed Me Hyena, I kind of recall, and I'm paraphrasing, they were like, we could use Feed Me Hyena, because everybody who did that song, Brentwood.
Right.
So people think it's Brentwood's song. It's not Brentwood's song. It's Art LeBeau's song. What? Art LeBeau? Yeah, Art LeBeau's Jewish. Okay? So them motherfuckers were buying your rights. Like I said, Tony, I'm going to buy your rights. I'll give you $2,000. And we didn't know. Give $2,000. I wouldn't have sold shit, because I still haven't sold none of my rights to Proper Dose. I think Frank did. for $2,000.
So.
Yeah, for $2,000. He sold the whole 2 albums. I haven't. I'm trying to see if I can get them back, but that's an uphill battle. You know who we're talking about. But
so Art LeBeau
owns that shit, and he said, "I'll let you use it, but I'm keeping everything." And that means when he says everything, is like Juice produced it, and I believe Frank V wrote it. I want Frank V's writers too. And I was like, yeah, go ahead, because I didn't do nothing with it. So I'm like, yeah. And Frank was like, yeah, whatever. We didn't know. We were just happy that we were in a studio. You're talking about 1990.
Yeah.
1991. So we're like, yeah, whatever. We'll fix it later, We'll fix that. If we blow up, we're going to renegotiate, That was my mentality. Like, if we really blow up, shit, they're going to be like, hey, we're gonna have to, okay, the first one's on you. Yeah, I get it. You're putting us on. I get it. We're kind of going to give up the booty. Okay, yeah, I get it. But the next one, when we blow up, you'll see we're going to blow up. I want our money, whatever. And so that was the deal with Art LeBeau, like, from what I understand. So why you guys think that if you listen to Art, is Art LeBeau still on the radio? I believe so.
I believe so, yeah.
Why you think they play Feed Me Hyena on there? Because he's paying himself.
It's his song,
It's his song.
Yeah, wow. Well, that's why it's important, and I hope for the youngsters that are listening, that it's important to know the business side of the music. It's a whole different other beast that sometimes us producers and DJs, we don't want to listen to it.
Yeah, no, we don't. We don't
want to listen to it.
Even to this day, I kind of like I got permission to go after the season. Like, look, put the music on, and I still haven't. You get overwhelmed. You get caught up with life, man.
Right.
Life comes knocking, and you gotta, just life shit. And any of that is a bad thing. It's just life,
Right. So have you met your Feed Me Hyena?
Yeah. Can't
say
no.
Okay, good. He said you can't say no.
Yeah, can't say no.
Okay, now your favorite song off that first album?
Oh, my favorite song? I want to say, it's always like, maybe I Keep Out of Frank V.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other one was First Day of School, maybe.
Okay.
First Day of School. Yeah.
To me, most likely, probably, I Keep Out of Frank V.
Yeah.
And then on the second album, I would probably have to say Something to Bump.
Something to Bump.
Okay, Something to Bump, and along with Ghetto Baseball.
Ghetto Baseball. Ghetto Baseball is. I mean, I know, and I don't expect nobody to really be like, damn. But you listen to Ghetto Baseball, bro. That fool killed it. Broke it down like ghetto baseball.
Now, at Steve's studio, how many years did you record there? Do you remember?
Shit, man. I was always there. You know what I liked about that fact? That Steve bought the building.
Right.
Put a mixer in there. And it wasn't like, okay, like most other recording artists would have to get a budget and then book. Yeah, sure. You might have had a Skip Sailors or Paramount Recording or whatever, or Hollywood Records, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but say I wanted to go there tomorrow.
Yeah, you
gotta. So now we have Ice Cube, we have the Queen Latifah or whatever, right?
Right.
And Steve's. Hey Steve, I'm coming to the studio. All right, dude. Just make sure that you lock up after you leave, or I'll be back at what was it, 11 o'clock from my basketball game, and I'll lock up, you know. Or Juice was there. Juice was living there. So, and I believe it was like a dental place, but the big room was the recording room. And so my ass, bro, me and Frank would just sit there, go buy beers, and we'd be on the phone 24. Remember, we didn't have cell phones back then. We were just calling, hey girl, what are you doing? Hey, come over. Hey, and half of the shit was bullshit. But I never knew if, I'm sure Steve somehow was tacking that on, you know, like, oh, you guys were here for 12 hours, you know?
Right.
Or anyways, but we sit there and like, I found a tape. You remember the Jerky Boys?
Of course.
You remember the Jerky Boys when they were doing prank calls?
Yeah.
Oh man, I recorded one with me and Frank. That's all we were doing. We had the phone book, right? We'd go to the phone book and we'd go to Alhambra and we'd call, hi, is so-and-so here? Dude, and I would record it, and Frank was like, hey, and it was around the OJ time, like, hey, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Like, who's this? She's like, it's Richard. This don't sound like Richard. Are you sick? Oh yeah, I'm a little fucked up. What? Oh, I'm a little bit on. Hey, shit is hilarious, dude. Like I almost want to put it on YouTube.
Do you still have some of those?
I have it, dude. I just gotta convert it to. We had some fun times, and that's what I love about that whole scenario. That we were doing what the fuck we wanted to do.
That's right.
You know, and it was fun. It was fun. As bad as we can say, like, man, sometimes, you know, Frank got on my nerves, or maybe I got on his nerves, you know.
Right.
But overall, it was fun, and that's something that's not happening no more, dude.
Right.
It's not happening no more.
You know, like today when you still produce, what do you use as far as to make a beat? Now, are you still old school? Do you still use the drum machine, or is everything, you know? Are you punching, you know, A, B, or C on your laptop?
I still have my SP1200. I still have a MPC 3000. My son has a 2500. And I have the Renaissance, which is a hybrid. It's still a drum machine, but it's plugged up USB to the computer. And I really like that because it's also a plug-in. So imagine having the SP1200 and it's in a plug-in. And that works out for me. So I'm slow at my workflow. You know what I mean? Like, you might have your workflow, how you used to do the beats, and you're like, I'm done. And me, I always thought there had to be like a certain way to do shit. And I, you know, the last few years, I'm realizing like, nah, bro, it's whatever fucking works for you. I can take a kick and now put it here, and I can take a snare and put it here, there. And now I can fly shit in and then be like, okay, this is a little bit off. Let me time stretch this right here. And so now that's kind of what I'm doing when I'm doing that. But most of the time now, I'm kind of more into the mixing aspect, more like just understanding, you know, how to make it sound good with the levels, and all this shit matters. Like, you know, like, and I'm more into the mixing. So it started like a DJ, then you produced, and then you kind of engineered and record, and now I'm more like, oh shit, now I'm just kind of mixing. Like, I just like sit there and I'll go through old sessions that I never fuck with, because a mix is important, man. You know, like it can make it or break it, I think, you know. Right. So now I'm like, and I'm always jumping into this plugin, and then I go through my phases where we're like, oh shit, you know what? You know, like sometimes I'm like, I'm doing too much. Like sometimes you don't need all that shit, you know?
Right.
You know, so you know, it just depends.
You know, I was gonna go not too long ago. Wait, I think it was. I don't know if it was. I think it was earlier this year at the Regent, where the Untouchables were there. Conejo, Misfit, Little One, Shadow. You were there, if I'm correct.
Yes, that was where Drummer Boy was at too, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I did go for that.
I was supposed to go. I heard it was a good night. I was
Yeah.
supposed to go, but I would have seen you with it. But no,
Yeah.
How did that night go?
It was good, man. It was a good turnout, you know. And then you had dope people right there too, you know.
It was earlier this year, right?
It was, if I believe, I don't know,
Okay.
but it was
Your
you know,
memory.
in my memory, my bro. I need some Ginkoba or something, right?
Yeah,
some shit like that.
Exactly. So now, if people were to ask, what is Ernie G doing now? Obviously, are you still doing production? Are you still mixing?
I still love doing it.
Uh-huh.
I still love doing it, but man, I don't know. Sometimes I go in there and it's almost like I get my fix. Like I'll hear something, I'll sample it, hit a beat and hit a drum, and it's kind of like, okay, that's it.
Now, do you think you feel that way because maybe you don't have a rapper that you're doing it for?
That's definitely one thing. Like if I had my choice of rappers, yeah. Like if there was a Frank V, if there was this one guy I used to mess with from when we started doing, like, you know, when the trap music came out, like in 2010. I had this little project called God Bless the Trap, you know, and I think I had my nephew Compton Chapo. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I kind of like that because, you know, controversy still cool. Yeah, because he was born in Compton, and I think he was fired, bro. I know he was, because he said the N-word, right?
Right.
But he grew up in Compton, and that's how he grew. And he's really for real. Like people like, where's Compton? Like that guy, you guys don't understand. That guy is really what he's talking about. Compton Chapo. He's really, that's why he's not doing rap music. And then Bad News was another guy that, man, he's dope. To this day, I'm like, Bad News, like, if I had, you know, millions and millions, I'd fucking get you out of wherever you're at and let's do this shit for real. Because Bad News was almost like a Rick Ross. Where, like, he can do anything. You know, you have these rappers that only rap on certain beats, and Bad News was like the guy that can do anything. Any song you gave him, slow song, fast song, sad song. And so I have my favorite. Those were my favorites, you know, like Bad News and stuff.
Now, let me ask you this, in case people may be wondering, you ever work with any females?
No, I would work with anybody, even people that kind of suck, because I just like that's my life. It's my life. It's my addiction.
Right.
You know.
Me personally, I would like to. If I ever come out of production, you know, out of retirement, if you will, I want to work with females. I really, really want to work with females. And I'll tell you why. Because the majority of all my producing life, it's always been dudes. And it's always been the same old story with every rapper that I produced, okay? It's always been the same damn story. I worked with a couple of females, and that worked out pretty good, at least better. But to me, if I'm going to work with some females, obviously they got to be ready.
Yeah.
Because if I feel that you're a year away from really shining, I will hold you up. The bad thing is people will say, "Oh, he's trying to slow you down. You're not ready."
Yeah.
You know, you're not ready. You know how it is. Timing is everything, and sometimes we can see a rapper that's kind of green still.
Yeah.
And you're like, let him mature.
No, and you're right about that, because that's how Compton Chapo was. He was like, man, you know, he would come. I can tell he wanted to do it. And maybe and I'll take blame for it too. Maybe I should have jumped on him a little bit quicker, but I would just let him come, and I put him on that Conejo track. That was the first Conejo track, G shit.
Okay.
That's him. And I did that on purpose because Conejo was straight out Southsider, right? And here's a new generation, new generation, because we're talking about probably more than, man, maybe it might be even 15 years difference, you know?
Right.
And it was a time where like, why do they have this guy wearing red, right? Why is he fucking saying the N-word, and why is he dressed like that? He's acting like he's... And look at him. Look at all your rappers now. Look at all your rappers
All
now.
your rappers today, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. You know, let me ask you an interesting question. I don't think I asked you when I first interviewed you. When you and Frank V would travel, whether it be up north or whatever, did anybody ever try to bang on you guys?
Nah, bro. And I tell you the truth, no, they never did. We got love. Like, you know, yeah, like, did we have problems up north? Nah, bro, because I think when you know that you're doing it for Mexican power is to unite people, man, to arrasa. It was, dude, it was. I believed. I was like, man, look, I know, because you got to deal with that shit. I mean, look, you from this hood, and you're over there, and them fools know that you're kicking it with these guys, and at the end of the day, why is it that when you go to county, everybody's all, you know, the South car? Why is it that you're in county, and you guys got to be together? You can't be fighting. It's the South side. But you get over here, and you got a problem. I don't understand. I never understood that shit.
Yeah.
So I had to play dumb and be like, okay, whatever.
Right.
You know, that's why I told Frank, like, hey, yo, Frank, don't say the neighborhood. Don't say it. Don't worry about that. Right. They're going to already be asking, oh, where they from? Where they from? Let them find out.
Yeah.
Don't even worry. Don't say nothing.
That's it.
It's West Side Santa Monica. They're going to find out. I mean, you just tell us from the West Side, whoever did a video on the pier. It's never been done again.
That's right.
Never been done again,
That's
bro.
right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and we've come to the end of time.
All right.
Okay. So I'm going to bring my special guest up next after our break. I'm not going to let anybody know until we get back. But I want to thank you for coming through and talking to us about the Modelo virus.
The Modelo virus.
That you found a Firme Jaina. Yeah. You're still working on dope-ass beats. You're looking for Firme artists.
Yeah.
You know. And you know what, man? Hopefully, eventually, we'll bring you back when you got something new coming out.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing I still say that you should release is those shirts.
By popular, yeah, you know, people been hitting me up about the Proper Those shirts, and okay, I'm you know, I hear it again. I'm hearing it from you, and if people really, I do want them, you know, because I need some too.
Proper Those shirts and Proper Radio.
Proper Radio.
You can do it.
Yeah, I'll be the psychiatrist.
You can do it.
I can do it. You girls got problems, guys too.
Yeah,
you know?
it could talk about anything.
Yeah.
So, you know, you could even, you know, talk one night dedicated to Firme Jainas.
Yeah, Dr. Ernie G.
So, anyways, okay, you guys, I want to thank my boy Ernie G for coming through all the way from Santa Monica. He still lives in the hood. Called the same hood, same number, all good.
All good. It's not a hood though, but that's what we say.
Know what I mean? So once again, Tony A, Roadium Radio, episode 42. Call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Go grab a beer and let them know that Ernie G, Proper Dose, was here. And we got our next special guest coming in. I'm going to go take a couple of shots, drink a couple of beers, and we'll be back after this Modelo break. Ooh. Take us away, Johnny Boy.
What it do, it's Mr. Little One chilling on Roadium Radio with the one and only Tony A and John motherfucking Elkins, boy.
Hey, what up? It's your boy Mr. Shadow. You're watching Roadium Radio with my homeboy Tony A the Wizard. You know what time it is. Yeah, what up? This is Mr. Night Owl, and you're listening to Roadium Radio with the legendary Tony A the motherfucking Wizard.
Yo, what's cracking? Nosotros somos Aqua y estamos aquí con Tony A the Wizard.
You know
Roadium Radio, damn it. You know what it is.
Yo, what up? This is Mellow Man Ace and Padrino, and you tuned in to Roadium Radio with my man Tony A. Keep it locked.
Yo, what's cracking? It's your boy OG Arabian Prince from the world's most dangerous group, NWA. Sitting here with my boy Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio.
What's up? This is Esther Dazzle, Spanish Fly, Harbor Area's finest. Tune in to Tony A on Roadium Radio.
What's up, everybody? It's your homegirl Magic Girl, and you are now listening to Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard. Yo, what's up? This is Bozo, aka Emiliano. You tune into Roadium Radio on Tony Vision's YouTube channel. Let's get it.
What up, what up? It's Misfit Soto. You guys are now in tune to Roadium Radio right here on Tony Vision on YouTube. Yep.
Check it out. This is MC Poncho on the MIC. Shout out to Tony A. the Wizard, Roadium Radio. You already know.
What up? This is DJ Trick, Spanish Fly, and you're watching Tony A on the Roadium Radio Show.
Big G, Roadium Radio, Tony A in full effect. Stay tuned, watch, listen. That's how we doing it over here.
Yo, what up? I'm out here. This Big Daddy Swoles. I'm jamming with my man, Tony A. the Wizard, out here on Roadium Radio. The podcast is off the hook. Check us out.
This is DJ Clientele, and you are listening to Roadium Radio with Tony A. the Wizard.
Yeah, this Baby Bounce here with Tony A. the Wizard. You are now tuned in to the Roadium Radio. We do it for the people. You hear me?
Mic check. Ernie G from Proper Dos, and I'm listening to Tony A, the motherfucking Wizard, on Roadium Radio. And if you don't know, you should know.
What's up, everybody? This is Soren Baker. I'm the author of the book, The History of Gangster Rap, in stores now worldwide. And you're listening to Roadium Radio, hosted by Tony A. Make sure to check it out. We talk about the Roadium mixtapes. We're here, Soren Baker, Roadium Radio.
Y'all, this is Greedy Greg, and I'm chilling with Tony the Wizard on Roadium Radio.
Yo, this is Daniel Jones, the D to the motherfucking G Media Clips. Here with your boy, Tony A. the Wizard on the Roadium Radio Show.
Hey, this is Swifty Blue. I'm right here at Roadium Radio with Tony A. the Wizard. Stay tuned.
It's the KAS here live on Roadium Radio with the one and only Tony A. the Wizard.
What up, y'all? This is Kiki Smooth, the first Mexican rapper out of Compton, rich and ruthless, and you're listening to the Roadium Radio with Tony A. the Grand Wizard, El Mago himself. Hey, Compton's in the house.
What's up? It's Quite the Yes Guy with my harbor out. I got homeboy Tony A. the Wizard on Roadium Radio. Yes, guy.
Hey, what's up, gente? It's your homeboy Duende. You're tuned into Roadium Radio with my homeboy Tony A. the Wizard. Ya te la sabes, wey.
What up, what up? It's your boy Baldacci the Beast, Afro Music, Face of LA. Out here at Roadium Radio. Make sure y'all tune in. Your boy Tony A. the Wizard. Rah.
What's up? This is DJ Dominator, and you're listening to Tony A. on Roadium Radio.
This is Kelvin Anderson, owner of the world famous VIP Records, and you listen to my man Tony A. the Wizard on Roadium Radio.
Yeah, what up? It's Lil Black, you the brown super baller, and you checking out Roadium Radio with the homeboy Tony A. the Wizard.
Yo, what's cracking? It's your boy OG Big Wicked, Real Ones Apparel, Orange County. Out here with my boy Tony A. the Wizard, Roadium Radio. Y'all make sure to peep it. Peace.
Que tranza raza, aquí su servidor, Sinful El Pecador, and you listening to Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A. the Wizard.
Check, what's up? It's your boy Capital I Man from the Mexican Crew, and you're tuning into Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A. the Wizard. This motherfucker's a legend.
What's up, y'all? This is Chris the Glove, and you're watching the Roadium Radio Show on Tony Vision on YouTube.
What's up? This is Mr. D on Roadium Radio, kicking back with the homeboy, Tony A.
Yo, what's up? This is John motherfucking Elkins, and you're tuned into Roadium Radio with my homeboy DJ Tony A. the Wizard.
the instrumentation of, or the importance of the Roadium Swap Meet and the mixtapes in the careers of Eazy-E and NWA and Dre and Yella and a lot of other folks too, even Battle Cat, you know, was very, very high because, again, they needed an outlet, particularly when people weren't really checking for them and that sound that they were trying to create elsewhere. At the Roadium, you had at least a way to sort of mass market your stuff and have people listen to it and give it an opportunity and give it a chance. And because Steve believed in and already had a relationship with Dre and Yella, he was more open to allow them to do that. And they were doing mixtapes for him too. Dre was doing them, Yella was doing them. So you could squeeze in, or they could squeeze in or sneak in some of that NWA stuff. So when people bought the mixtapes and they heard the songs in there, yo, what's that song? It's dope, I wanna hear that again. So it was a way to really market NWA and market the material that they had that wasn't getting, you know, let's say the radio play or getting the distribution that it needed at that time.
You know, Steve is definitely a part of the beginning, and he was there, gave everybody a voice, and that was in the beginning. It gave everybody inspiration to want to do more, like you, made you want to do more, like me, made me want to do more, like you, everybody, Ren. It goes down. The list is so long on how the Roadium Swap Meet inspired people to be able to put music out because people couldn't put music out there. You know what I'm saying? So if you get your little song and you put it on the Roadium Swap Meet, it'd be all over LA. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to press up no records back in there. But you did, but if you got them to Steve, they would be on the mixtape because he would put them on the mixtape. And I remember he was bringing the big crate and Steve, you know, you get the crate and put them diamond style. And he would pick them up, give them to Dre, 4-track. They had the 4-track right there. And Steve would just sit there the whole day. They sit there the whole day. So I just remember that. I mean, you know, a lot of stuff happened back then. You know, we went our separate ways, you know, but at some point, you know, I still always remember. It's like your first grade teacher, you know her name.
Yo, right about now, Dr. Dre is in effect. Cold tearing shit up with my man Steve at the Roadium Swap Meet. And we here to lay it on the line. To all them sucker niggas out there claiming our tapes and shit, we just got one thing to say.
Look at you, boy, your ass is mine. Look at you, boy, your ass is mine. Look at you, boy, your ass is mine. Yeah! Now my name is Dr. Dre. Now my name is Dr. Dre. Now my name is Dr. Dre. Went to a party in West LA. Wanna learn a new dance, that's what you say. Well, here's a new dance that can't be matched. So just dance to the floor and do the catch. Here it come, here it come, here it kitty come, come. Here it come, here it come, here it kitty come, come. Get you, Dre.
Just do 1 2 1 2. Right about now, Eazy-E and Dr. Dre's in the motherfucking house.
Times are getting crazy, it's really hard to choose it. The Roadium's a spot to get funky, fresh music. Easy motherfucking E and my homeboy Dr. Dre. MC Ren is in effect, and you know we don't play. The Roadium is hitting, but you know you can't leave until you get a deaf ass tape from Steve. Oh Steve, oh Steve, oh Steve, just give me just one more tape. Oh Steve, oh Steve, oh Steve, just give me just one more tape. Oh Steve, oh Steve, oh Steve, just give me just one more tape. Oh Steve, oh Steve, oh Steve, just give me just one more tape.
Yeah, man, I came all the way down to the Roadium Swap Meet, man, to pick up one of the NWA tapes, man. And I talked to homeboy Steve down there, man, and he said I'm fresh out of tapes, man. How the fuck you fresh out of tapes, man? He said cause they selling like hotcakes and shit, man. That's my man going down. Hey, what's for dinner?
Welcome back, everybody, to Roadium Radio episode 42. And I got a special guest today. I just finished interviewing Ernie G from Proper Dose. I brought him back from episode 4, if I'm correct. My next guest was on episode 2. So I'm bringing it back, and he actually brought me a gift, R2D2 humidifier. So I'm gonna need this when I catch the coronavirus. So once again, without further ado, Misfit Soto in the building. How you doing, my brother?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh man, I always love kicking it, chopping it up with you, man.
Yes, sir.
Everything good?
Everything is beautiful. Everything's great. Yeah.
What do you think about all this shit going on right now in the news, man?
Man, I actually, you know what I'm saying, I don't know what to think about it. You know, I know I had a flu for like the last, it's been like a week. Like it barely got better like a couple days ago. But like, I was sick for like a good, I want to say 7-8 days before that.
Yeah, I know you were in the hospital.
Yeah.
You posted that shit up and I saw it.
I started coughing up blood, bro. Like it was crazy, bro. And they told me that it was like nothing. You know, they did blood tests. They put a swab on my nose. They did everything. And they're like, oh, you're good. I'm like, I think I need a second opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it could be, I've been, under some stress, smoking cigarettes. They say it's the cigarettes. I don't know.
Probably.
I just know that shit was weird. You know what
I
I'm
never smoked cigarettes, so I couldn't sit here and tell you, I think that it's this. Maybe stress.
Yeah, I think it was probably stress, but they're like, oh, your lungs look great. I was like, what the fuck? You're lying.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I'm glad that we kept the show going. I announced earlier that my boy Chemo from Delinquent Habits had to take care of some business, and he has to be rescheduled. I called you up, and you were like, let's do it, Tone. And I'm glad you're here. You know, I wanted to keep the show going because there's been so much, to me, depressing bullshit on the news. Every time you turn on the fucking news, the corona this, corona that, corona this, corona that. And it just seems like it's just getting worse and worse and worse. If we didn't listen to the news or even turn off our phones for a while, life would be normal.
Right.
You know?
And you know what's crazy? My bad to cut you off. You know what's crazy about that is I've been working for the last couple months. I've been working on this little social experiment type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gathering a bunch of information on like how social media and Instagram and Facebook and like it really shapes the people's lives now. Like it really, like first thing you do is wake up and check your Instagram or check up your, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how people tap into the world. It's a weird thing, you know. We've lost as a people go. We've lost, you know what I'm saying, the ability to interact, you know, on a personal level and. You know, everybody used like when I was growing up, if you liked a girl, you'd have to go, you know, catch her slipping and be like, hey, what's up, girl? You know what I'm saying? Like now it's just you just look her up and just hit her with the DM and what's up, let's meet up. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's crazy. It's stuff like that. You feel me? Like everybody's so. It's just we've lost that like you know that just. I don't know, man. It's just crazy, bro. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. I think that's why people, you know, treat each other like shit more. Or people, you know what I'm saying, aren't afraid to kill motherfuckers anymore. Like, you know, just because people don't care.
Yeah. Do you think, what you were saying before, do you think life was better then?
I think it was more of a real life.
You know, I read a quote, and that's probably one of the most realist quotes I've ever read. And it says, thank God I had a childhood before technology took over.
Straight up. You got kids killing themselves because cyberbullying, stuff like that. You got, you know, this generation that's growing up now, like, you know, my kid included, you know what I'm saying? It's like their knowledge is way advanced, bro. Like, my son is 8 years old and he knows like pretty much everything. Why? Because he could just Google whatever the heck he wants to know about. Or he could just, you know what I'm saying? He watches YouTube and stuff like that. So it's like, at the same time, it's like, okay, the knowledge is there for anybody to grab it, but then it's turning them into like robots, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, we're losing touch with humanity, you know? And I just think that, thank God for music.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because back in the days, and I'm talking about 80s, okay? I literally had to go out with a girl, possibly, maybe about 2-3 months before I can actually get a good night kiss.
Oh yeah, or even see them, you know, in a thong or something like that. You know,
okay. Now today, within a week on social media, butt naked pictures.
Oh yeah.
Butt naked pictures.
Your DM be lit like crazy. Just like, here you go, boom boom. So
you know, and you haven't even met them yet. You know, I mean, whatever. You know, but I liked it better back then because you would have to go to the mall. You have to go to clubs.
You have to be out there and socialize.
That was our social media. Today, we have a generation that can Google, that can tweet, that can DM, that can inbox, that can everything but hold a conversation.
Right.
You know, they'll rather text about it.
Right.
You know, to me, And I think a lot of people, possibly our age, have fallen into that, because I know people that hit me up for an interview and then I'll tell them, call me. And they won't.
They'll text you.
They'll keep texting me and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you know, I like to talk. So anyways, other than that, I was talking to Ernie earlier and I asked him about, has he seen any good movies lately? Have you seen any good movies lately?
You know what? I watched It Chapter 2 barely. That was okay. I didn't like it, but I'm really like, any new movies? I don't think I have. Not lately, man. I was watching, we saw that one, and then, I don't know, just watching old Disney movies and stuff like that. But
I haven't seen It yet. Well, part
the first one is dope.
It's dope, that one.
I like
but
that
the
one
second one, I haven't seen it. And I was telling him that I saw Dracula on Netflix.
Okay.
That one's pretty fucking dope. I like vampire movies. That's why I like when Prayers was here and he was saying that one of his groups is called Vampire. I like vampire movies. You know, I've always been into like scary shit.
Yeah.
You know, but I like that. What about any documentaries at all?
That I've watched? No, not really. I've been kind of, you know, staying away from watching anything on the TV or anything like that. I don't know why. I've just been like really just locked in the studio. I got an album coming out.
Oh, for reals?
Another one.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about that after. We'll give it some time. But when you were in the hospital, did anybody try to say you had the coronavirus?
No, I asked them. I was like, do I got coronavirus or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was asking the nurses, and they're like, we don't think so. I was like, man, this is weird, you know? But they, you know, I was in a room with like 4 other patients, and they sounded real like sick. So
now let me ask you this. Here's the $1 million question. Do you know anybody that knows someone that has the coronavirus?
Nah, not at all. No, I just whatever's said in the news, you know, which is I think is just causing like mass hysteria.
Yeah, I got people that live in New York, Oakland, Denver, and I asked them, and they don't know nobody. Right. You know, there's people that say they reported, but they're not sure. Probably, maybe they could have. That's all you hear. Yeah. Probably, maybe, could have. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they're saying that the flu is like much more dangerous than that shit. Like, the flu kills more people a year, and like this shit. I think they already found a cure, like a vaccine for it in Canada or something like that. Like,
you know what I do see a lot on Instagram? Nalgona virus.
yeah.
Those Nalgonas be going viral. Virus. They be going viral. Or the chismosa virus. So, but anyways, other than that, now, really quick, I know you've been dropped this, okay, but is this really old?
No. The Dangerous Ones? No, yes. I dropped that like a month and a half ago?
Exactly. I'm still bumping this shit. Okay, let me tell you what song I'm still bumping. Never come. No, not. It's that one that sounds like that organ. I don't remember.
SK Mobbin.
SK, that motherfucker's hard.
Yeah, thanks.
That's the one I kept tagging you on. Yeah. The dopest shit on the street. SK Mobbin. Now, for those of you that don't know what SK Mobbin.
SKM.
Yeah, SKM. What is that?
Sinister Kingdom music, but you know, it's a Sinister Kingdom mob. It's basically Conejo's, you know, label that he created, movement he created, you know, movement I'm a part of. He brought me into. And, you know what I'm saying? We're just killing shit on the streets, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. And now, is this still available over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a couple hard copies left, you know what I mean? But other than that, you can get it digitally. But I like pressing up, you know what I'm saying, hard copies. It's just I like having the artwork and the actual, you know, physical copy of it, or little posters and stuff like that.
Well, there's a lot of people like me that are still old school that like physical copies. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember the last time I actually bought a digital download. You know, but it's funny because when I re-released my mixtapes, I told everybody before I put them up, do you guys want hard copies or do you guys want digital downloads? Everybody was saying, man, get with the future, digital downloads. As soon as I put that shit up, when are you going to release the CDs?
Yeah,
you know,
I think you should actually release tapes. If they're tapes, you should just get copies made of the actual tapes. Like that's like collector's shit, like right there. That's what I think. I think it makes it more just organic and raw, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If they're tapes, just fucking keep them on tape.
Right.
Dub them.
If I can have you speak a little bit closer.
Dub them tapes, man.
You know what? And as a matter of fact, tomorrow on my website, I'm releasing 4 more old school mixtapes that I released back in the 80s. One of them is, for those of you that may want to know, one of them is called Bullshit. The other one's called Scandalous. Bullshit was the last one I made. That's the one I had DJ Quake, Second Tenant, AMG, and High C. Scanless had the original Sitting in the Park version for the swamp meet. And then I did those two, and I'm releasing two that Dre did. Dre did called one In Effect. For the people that listen to our theme song, if you will, in the very beginning of the show, that's that one In Effect tape. And then there's another one called Dope Beats. So I'm releasing 4. So tomorrow people can go on there and buy them, download. And eventually I will also have them on CD, because my other ones sold out. I had to repress them.
You're killing shit, bro. You're killing. You're like really, really, like, I don't know. I just want to congratulate you too, man. Because I seen the like episode 1, bro. I was episode 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen all the hard work you put in, and like just the ideas that you had. You know what I'm saying? And it's come far in very, very short time. But that's because the content is there. You know what I'm saying? The content and the work behind it, and you got this, you know, solid ass team making it all work too. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it, man. You know, again, and I always tell people, when I started this, I only thought I was gonna do it for like 2 months.
I remember you're like, I hope it takes off.
Yeah, you know,
like,
and the documentary will be released also on Blu-ray soon. And when I say soon, maybe within about a month and a half tops. And people have been asking for hard copies of that, and I should have possibly did that first, but I'm gonna release some Blu-rays only because it's harder for them to dub. You know what I'm saying? So now, tell us a little bit about your album right now that you're working on.
This album is I kind of got together with some homies from have a label called Mob G. You know, they have a couple artists that I fuck with, you know, and basically, you know, we just got together and got this project. This one's for, like, you know, for the streets, man. It's for, you know, it's definitely on some raw hip hop shit. I got Baby Bounce on there. I got, you know, my homie All City Jimmy on there. I got some youngsters up in there, Young C and the homie Scheme. Just, you know what I'm saying, it's just some hip hop shit, some good old, you know me, man. I just like putting out good music. So it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be released at the end of April through Mob G. And it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. I'm really excited about it. I got Baldacci on there. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So it's gonna be sick. I'm excited about it.
And this album, this is gonna be a Misfit album?
Yeah, it's a Misfit album. It's called the Lost Angels LP.
Okay.
You know. And,
now, what was the one that I liked? The name of the album that I liked?
Embrace the Breakdown.
Embrace the Breakdown. I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. You're gonna have to work really hard to top that album.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's my shit. That's my, believe it or not, I still bump that shit at the gym.
Yeah.
So I bump that shit. I still bump Aquid. I bump a lot of shit, bro. So, but to me, and this one I think came somewhat close, but the other one's still better.
Yeah, the other one. The thing about the Embrace the Breakdown one, that was just kind of, I was going through some stuff during that time, you know. So I think it was like, you know, greatness came out because I was so just involved in what I was, you know what I'm saying, feeling that it's like, no, this has got to be great, because it's like I just poured all myself into it. You know what I'm saying? And if you do something with your heart and your soul, it's gonna be great, regardless. You know, it's when we should do some shit like this, or let's do a song like that. That's when it's just you start watering shit down and try to do what everybody else does. But if you're an artist and you put your heart and your soul into it, you're gonna be great regardless. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you one that I really, really dug, and if you can give me a hard copy, I would love it. That one, I'm fucking bad with names, starting to remind me of myself of Ernie G. That one you did with the zombies.
Like B.O.Z.O.
Yeah. Well, why did you call it that?
You know, because like, okay, so I produced a song for Bozo called Black Pair of J's, right? So I mean, in the hook, it was just, you know, just the hook, you know, all black J's, like B.O.Z.O. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just the name of his song, All Black J's. And he's, you know, on that song, he's just killing shit. Like, he fucking just no hook, just murked it for like 4 minutes, you know, English and Spanish. You know what I'm saying? So I just, when I did, you know, All Black J's like B.O.Z.O., I just named it like B.O.Z.O. Plus, that's my boy, you know what I'm saying? I like giving the homies their shout outs, you know?
Yeah, most definitely. I actually talked to him today, so much love to Bozo.
Yeah.
But that was a dope song. Was that on any album or anything?
Nah, that was just... It was just out there. Just
it was a freebie.
Yeah, it's freebie.
I like that shit, bro. Now, is there a hard copy on that? Or can you at least email it to me?
Yeah, I'll email it to you for sure.
Damn, because I need to download it to my phone. That's a dope ass fucking song. Yeah. I never seen a zombie twerk before. Like, I wonder if that twerk air stunk, because she's supposed to be dead. So
she was freshly dead, newly dead.
Freshly dead. Okay. She probably had the stripper
cochina virus.
Cochina virus. There you go. That would have been a doper name. So, but you know what? So for those of you that have not heard of it or wondering, they can look it up where? And what's the name of it again?
Oh, it's going to be released at the end of April. It's called the Lost Angel LP.
Uh-huh.
And it's going to be just 14 tracks on there. It's just me, man. Just like, you know, I like to put out music that's going to like knock. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be dope. You're going to feel it. I mean, I'm my own worst critic. And there's never like, when I release something, I make sure that it's like,
right.
I'm completely happy with it. I won't put it out if I'm not completely 100% like happy about it.
And that zombie track, they can find it where YouTube,
okay. Or like, you know, on Spotify. It's all digital
I call it
platforms.
the zombie track, but what's it called again?
Like B-O-Z-O.
Like B-O-Z-O.
Yeah.
That's a dope name. At first I was like, what the fuck is he saying?
Oh,
but it sounded hard.
Like B-O-Z-O, yeah.
That shit was hard, bro. I thought that was a good idea. In the future, you do it again like that, I want to be a zombie.
Okay, got you.
I want to be a zombie, bro. Other than that, so your album is dropping. Now, I saw a couple of posts that you guys were recently at a Conejo video.
Yes. Yesterday.
Oh, okay, tell us a little bit about that.
It was dope, man. It's for a song he's got called Shooters off of the West Adams album that he dropped. Conejo's always just, you know, he's just always coming up with some dope-ass, crazy-ass shit. So we were down in Van Nuys yesterday, and we just, you know, a bunch of people showed up, and it was just some dope-ass shit, man. I'm you know, Icon shot it, LA Icon. Shout out to LA Icon, who's going to shoot my next video with YB coming, you know, pretty soon. So it was dope. It was fun. I stayed there a little bit, you know what I'm saying, but...
Did you get a cameo?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I got a cameo.
That'll work. And when can we expect that to drop? Do you have any kind of clue?
I don't know. I think Icon will probably have it like within the next couple of weeks. He'll give you like 2 weeks and boom. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, but it all depends on when Conejo wants to release it. But the video looked dope. I mean, the way that everything was set up is tight.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, after you release this album of yours, you said late April, if I'm correct?
April, yeah.
What do you plan to do after that? Do you plan to do any shows?
I'm going to release a free EP right after that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, see, now, the reason why I'm asking, me being old school, and I'm sure there's probably people possibly wondering, like, you release an album and then you release an EP. I mean, I know things are done differently today. We get it. Back then, we released an album, maybe a year or two, we released another one. Right. You know, but because we would push singles, videos, and tour. Today, I know things are a little bit different. But why do you feel that you need to release an EP right after?
Because I just feel that I gotta, you know, meet the demand of my my support, you know, system. My supporters, you know what I'm saying, they love everything I put out. Like I have a genuine, solid support, you know what I'm saying, following, and you know, they give, like, when, you know, sometimes when I'm having a bad day, man, like, they'll DM me and just give me motivation just by telling them how much I motivate them with my music. You know what I'm saying? And I read every single one of my messages, man, you know. Sometimes it gets thrown into the other inbox because there's a general and then there's another one. So sometimes I don't get to see it. Right. But I do eventually see it, you know what I'm saying, when I go through all my things. But, you know, I just feel like, to me, it's just more about the music, to be honest with you. Like, at this point, it's like there's no strategic plan that I have. I like, you know, my fan base is solid. You know what I'm saying? They give me the support that I need, and I like to give them what they need, maybe, you know what I'm saying, to get them through whatever they're going through, or maybe just to have a good time. It don't matter what it is, man, but I like to be productive. It keeps me out of trouble as well, you know, just getting in. I'm not going to sit on too many songs no more like how I used to, you know. I'm just going to record, release. This one, you know, after the album, I'll just give it out. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'll just make it free, available.
That's dope, man, that you're staying busy. You know, like I said, back then I stayed busy, but I stayed busy working with different artists, you know, because I'm not a rapper and just a producer. It was a little bit different for me, you know, because people were like, "Well, you gonna put some shit out?" I used to, when I find a rapper, you know what I'm saying? You know, it isn't like I could just release
an instrumental album,
But one thing I will say, and on that subject, I have a lot of, like, for an example, my first High C album, I produced, there's I think 11 songs on there, and I produced like 9 songs. Quick did 2 of them, only because we couldn't clear the samples on 2 songs, so he did some shit on there. I got a lot of instrumentals on that album that were never released, okay? and I'm saying this for DJs that are my age that have always asked me, hey, do you have an instrumental on Puppet? Do you have an instrumental on Sit in the Park? Do you have an instrumental on Two at a Time? Do you have an instrument? Well, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get together all my instrumentals that were never released before and release them. I did 6 songs on High C's second album. People have asked me, what about this song? What about this song? What about that song? I have instrumentals, and I have instrumentals for songs that I never sold to artists. Like I would just make them, you know, and this is all 90s stuff. And I'm gonna call it Tone Instrumentals and then just sell them. You know, I haven't thought of a price yet, but it'll be my first, if you will, solo instrumental album and see what it does.
That's a good idea, because there's a lot of rappers that like rapping over 90s style beats and stuff like that. They like the drums and, you know, the samples and stuff like that. You know, a lot of boom bap, you know, rappers that like to rap over boom bap stuff, or just, you know, old hip hop shit, like real hip hop shit. You know what I'm saying? Not too much of the trappy shit, you know?
Right.
They like that sound.
I want you to consider, you know, well, before I tell you what I want you to consider, that will probably be in a couple of months. I'm just getting all my instrumentals together, getting all the levels right. You know, a lot of them were not mixed down, but I got a pretty decent mix on the 2-inch. Well, when I say 2-inch reel, and I just transferred it over to that. So I'm gonna get that, have them transferred over, and then raise up the volumes so they can all be level, and then just sell my instrumentals. So for the first time, you'll have a lot of the High C shit that was never ever released before, instrumentals for a lot of DJs that are my age that want that shit.
That's dope. Okay.
Yeah. But I think you should consider, because I know you do a lot of beats. I love your beats, and I don't just say that just to anyone. Maybe one day you should even consider dropping an instrumental. You know.
Yeah. Well, what I have also in mind of doing is a compilation.
Okay.
You know, compilation album where I mean, you know, I don't want to just. It's kind of a struggle. This is where I'm at with it. It's like, you know, instead of buying a beat from me, you know what I'm saying? Like, buy placement on the compilation. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you're going to get the promotion. I'm going to put in the promotion. I'm going to put in everything, you know, like, but then again, it's just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want the money to influence my decision on whether or not they make the cut for the, you know what I'm saying? For the compilation, because I still want it to be dope, and I want it to be true. You know, I don't want the money to change my perception of what I feel is dope. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things, man. It's like, I want to put together the compilation, you know, rather than just, you know, buying a beat here, you know, boom, buy placement on it. And I'll put all the, you know, footwork behind it, and it's win-win situation. But then again, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? People are going to have the money, and if I don't feel it, I'm just going to, like, not accept it, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be like, you know, oh, he's an asshole, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be, I don't know, I got to figure it out.
Okay, so to pretty much shed a little bit of light on what you're saying is that you're going to put together an album.
Yeah.
Let's just say 12 songs, okay? And somebody, let's just say I'm, you know, my name is rapper Why Not? That's Tony backwards, okay? And I'm like, hey man, I got $1,000. I want that song.
And are you garbage or are you not garbage?
I'm mediocre. See, what you're saying is I'm gonna have to really think about that, because it's just not necessarily about the money.
Right.
It's releasing dope content.
Right, because I want it to be like, damn, this shit is fire, and because it's my beat. And I want the shit to sound dope as hell, like, and I want to put the album together, and I want to push it, you know what I'm saying? Right now, it's like, if I sell a beat, it's like, okay, here, thank you, here's what you do with it is you know what I'm saying? But if I'm going to push it and release it and put, like, really, really, really stand behind it like that, and promote it and do everything and release it as Misfit Soto presents, like, it's got to be, like, definitely, like something that I feel, you know, and, yeah, so it's got to be dope. It's got to be dope.
Okay.
And you know.
So let's just say, you know, I'm a rapping dickhead, and I have $1,000, and I want to, you think I'm dope. Okay?
I think you're dope, okay.
Yeah. So I give you the money, I want that song. Now, do I get a full song, or do I just get a 16 bars?
No, you get a whole song.
Okay, I get a whole song. Now,
produced by me.
Produced by you. Now, here's my next question. Does that include a video?
No, because that's like, well, shit, why not? We could probably do a video to each and every song. I shoot my own videos too, so fuck it, why not?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But that'd be kind of like, I'd have to set a price for that package.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good. See, because that gives something for people that maybe want to get at you, that gives them an idea, like, okay, I got to come at him correct.
Yeah.
You know, I got to pay him. Possible video. He's gonna promote me. He's got a following.
Yeah. I mean, because yeah, exactly. If you're paying for the placement on the thing, it's like basically I'm taking care of the beat. I'm taking care of the engineering. I'm taking care of the promotion, and studio time. I'm taking care of the video. Should there be a video? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do all that. It's work, and I'm getting paid for the work. So a lot of artists would probably look at it as like, oh, you're just gonna pay to get on that fool shit. Like, nah, I mean, like there's a lot of work that goes behind it, and I do it all myself.
Now here's the $1 million question.
Mm-hmm.
Do I own that song?
Do you own that song? No, I'd probably do like a whole 50-50 type of thing.
Okay.
You know
okay. And that's still possibly still up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to, I don't see why it wouldn't be a 50-50. You know, I don't want to just take people's music like that. You know what I'm saying? It'd probably be 50-50. Just kind of like a regular, like a little independent deal, like when you sign for 50-50, you know, a label gives you 50, you used to keep 50, whatever.
Okay.
You know,
and I know people, we put up your Instagram several times on the screen. So when people want to get at you, possibly when you work on that in the future, at least you'll know now what they're hitting you up for. You know.
Yeah. I'm not into fucking people over, man. Like I'm really like an open book, bro. Like I'm not into fucking people over. I don't have no secret like hidden intentions. Like if I say 50-50, it's because I feel like, okay, yeah, I put the beat up, but it's like without your vocals, then it wouldn't be a complete song. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So I give people what they deserve, man. You know, if they're doing half the work, why not? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, one thing that a lot of people don't realize is your talent. Number one, correct me if I'm wrong now. You produce, okay. You engineer, okay. You when I say engineer, you mix down and you track your own shit.
Yes.
Okay. You shoot your own videos. You edit your own videos.
Yeah.
Am I missing anything?
No.
All except DJ, right?
I pretty much do. I even break dance when I was, you know what I'm saying, growing up. Like I don't know if I could do it much now, but you know, I got it. Yeah, definitely. I do everything myself. I do my videos, shoot my videos with the help of Alex, my boy, 81. You know what I'm saying?
Cervantes Enterprise.
Yeah, Cervantes Enterprise. You know, he's basically the only person that really helps me with those types of things. Like I can't selfie my own videos, so you know what I'm saying?
Right. No, absolutely. Everybody needs help somewhere. Like my boy Johnny Boy is my right hand man, and I always like to give credit where credit is due. I don't know why it hurts people to give credit to people.
Right, because then you're dick writing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're a dick writer, bro. Like shut up.
You know, I'm just being honest. Without him, none of this shit would be taking place. And I don't mind saying that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's almost like where I fall off, he picks up. Where he falls off, I pick up. It's just teamwork.
Teamwork, right?
And that's the way Roadium Radio works. So other than that, look, we're gonna go ahead and take a 10-minute break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about other things that I have some questions I wanted to ask you about certain artists.
Dope.
And we'll go from there.
For sure.
So once again, everybody, we're gonna take a 10-minute break. We're gonna come back with Misfit Soto. If you have any questions, I'm gonna be looking at the comments. So go ahead and call somebody, text somebody, page somebody. Break a bottle over somebody's fucking head and let them know that Misfit Soto's in the motherfucking business. BZO. BZO? BOZO.
Get it, Dre.
Just do 1 2 1 2. Right about now, Easy E and Dr. Dre's in the motherfucking house.
Times are getting crazy. It's really hard to choose it. The Roadium's a spot to get funky, fresh music. Easy motherfucking E and my homeboy Dr. Dre. MC Ren is in effect, and you know we don't play. The Roadium is hitting, but you know you can't leave until you get a deaf-ass tape from Steve. Oh Steve, oh Steve, oh Steve, just give me just one more tape. Oh Steve, oh Steve, oh Steve, just give me just one more tape. Oh Steve, oh Steve, oh Steve, just give me just one more tape. Oh Steve, oh Steve, oh Steve, just give me just one more tape.
Yeah, man, I came all the way down to the Roadium swap meet, man, to pick up one of them NWA tapes, man. And I talked to homeboy Steve down there, man, and he said I'm fresh out of tapes, man. How the fuck you fresh out of tapes, man? He said because they selling like hotcakes and shit, man.
Got my man going down. Hey, mom, what's for dinner?
Man, like the NWA and Eazy-E music hit the Roadium swap meet mixtapes first. Like when we dropped our records, man, it was cool putting your records out, but even though people knew who Dre was and I was and Cube and Yella before, they didn't really know who Eazy was. But not until, you know, Boys in the Hood and some of that, you know, Fat Girl and LA is the Place, that stuff hit the mixtapes, man. That's what kind of put it out there for people to know, like, what is this Eazy-E, and what is this NWA thing? So I think it was like a big push.
The Roadium Swap Meet mixtapes had a huge impact on hip hop and the hip hop culture because it was different, and wasn't nobody doing it like that. You had New York, they was doing mixtapes, but you had NWA who was saying whatever the fuck they wanted to say. Motherfuckers wasn't doing that shit, speaking how they wanted to speak, and what that did was open up a lane for what they call gangster rap today and the hip hop culture. And it really opened up lanes for pretty much for the West Coast gangster shit to get out. And nobody else was doing that, and it was just different. And people were scared to say what they wanted to say. And that buzz came from Steve at the Roadium Swap Meet, working with Dre and Easy, and created a whole plethora of good music and it created a lot of lanes and opened up a lot of lanes for artists like myself to be able to come out. I'm part of the tree. I'm a branch on the tree that Dre and Easy started, and then on my branch you got Snoop, the Dogg Pound, 50 Cent, Eminem, and all of those guys. That's all on my branch, the Chronic. And that's what it created, man.
Welcome back, everybody, to Roadium Radio episode 42. I'm actually getting pretty good at this, if I don't say so myself. Other than that, let's go ahead and jump right back into it. I got my boy Misfit Soto in the motherfucking building.
Yeah.
You know what? I wanted to ask you, and a lot of fans wanted to ask you, can you explain the letter to King Little G?
That was basically, okay, so, I mean, a lot of people talk about, I mean, his name is in a lot of, rappers' mouths in studios. Like, his name is always getting brought up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just kind of addressed the question, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe, and speculating on maybe why he don't put people on, or, you never really know. You never really know. People just see like, he doesn't put nobody on, but you don't know what homeboy goes through. You know what I'm saying? So that was just kind of me, speculating on maybe why some of the reasons are, or, just kind of understanding, you know what I'm saying, where a motherfucker might be coming from, you know what I'm saying? Or, there's a lot of people that just want to ride your coattails, and, they don't want to put in the work. They just want to write off your name. So that's pretty much what it was about. It wasn't like, I wasn't like asking him for anything. Like, it was just kind of like, I came through with it like understanding, you know what I'm saying? Like what the deal might be, Everybody talks about it. All these rappers talk about it, I just recorded it,
Right.
And
now, before I ask you my next, two questions I have. Can you try to, share, what do you think he meant when he wrote that letter to Dr. Dre?
That was like why Dre don't put no Mexicans on.
Okay.
I think that it was more about him saying like we got talent too, Mexican artists, and it's always just been predominantly black artists that he puts on. You know what I'm saying? So
right. Okay. But now let me say this, because I'm trying to understand. Because I want to make this clear: the track that you did to King Little G was not a diss track.
No.
Okay, it's not a diss. We're making that clear.
Oh, yeah.
We know the guy can rap.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not taking that away from him.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to, as a podcaster, I'm trying to understand he wrote a song to Dr. Dre, how come you don't put Mexicans on?
Mm-hmm.
You write a letter to him, if you will, through a song.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like saying, gee, you're asking Dre to put somebody on, but somebody is asking you to put them on, but you're not doing it. How do you expect this man to do it?
Right, pretty much. And and that's why I came with, maybe it's because of this, maybe it's because of that, maybe who knows, who really knows? Only he knows, you know what I'm saying? And then at the same time giving him his props, because I'm a really big fan of like the album, the 90s Kid album that he did, like that hip hop album. Great album. You know what I'm saying? I'm a really big fan of that album. His other music and stuff like that, to me, I mean, it didn't really catch my attention like the 90s Kid album. You know what I'm saying? I feel that was like him speaking his truth, his life growing up. Like that's some shit that can save a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like that's some shit that a kid can listen to and really just be like, it gives them hope. So that's why I also, I think on one song he goes, I really think that I could be the dopest, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I said when I heard that song, I really felt like you could be the dopest, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to motivate, he probably don't need the motivation, but it's like, it's never, I don't think it's ever a bad thing to just give somebody their props.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are just hung up on this whole clout chaser, dick rider. Like, what? Like, nah, I'm not, first off, I'm not dissing him for attention.
Right.
I'm not getting involved in nobody's business for attention. Like, I'm just giving this a fellow artist, like, their props, man, and that's it. And hopefully it inspires him to drop another 90s Kid album or something,
Do you know if he ever heard the song?
I don't know. I really don't expect any response or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. But who knows?
Okay.
Yeah.
My thing is this, that, somebody told me this not too long ago. Tony A, you fell off. That's what they told me. Okay. And here's was my response. I guess they expected for me to be upset, to be mad, and to talk shit. I said, I'll be honest with you, man. I never thought I fell in. That's what I told him. I said, I never thought I fell in. I don't think I did enough, And his attitude changed towards me. And he said, nah, man, you were a dope DJ, and those songs were cool. His attitude changed. But my whole thing is this. I created a platform to shine light on our people, okay? Now, let me say this to King Little G, and he doesn't have to do this, okay? First of all, you don't have to do anything for anyone.
Right, exactly.
You know, you're your own man. Cool, man. You know what? Much love, much respect. Keep winning.
Right.
But it doesn't hurt to bless others. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but I can imagine the type of shit, you know, he might go through with fucking artists, man. Like I said, some artists just want to ride your coattail.
And that is very true.
You know what I'm saying? Some artists don't, you give them a shot and they don't put in the work right after.
Right.
Like,
and that is very, very true. In his defense, I have to agree with that because I get people, I'll go to a hamburger stand.
Yeah.
Somebody will come up to me and say, like, and I was explaining this to Ernie, hey, you're Roadium Radio. And I'm like, no. Yeah, you're Roadium Radio. And I'm like, dude, that's not my name. You know? Oh, okay, but you're the guy. Yeah, it's my, I want you to interview me. I'm like, okay, do you rap? No. Do you have a book? No. Do you sing? No. Well, what do you, okay, you're an actor? No. Okay, I don't understand. What are we going to talk about? It's a hip-hop podcast, you know? Well, I like to call it a hip-hop podcast, but I like to talk about different genres okay, of music. Well, I just have a story. And I'm like, okay, look, dude, see that old man right there? I'm sure he has a story.
Yeah, everybody has a
See
story.
that woman right there? I know she has a story.
Yeah.
You know, that dude right there, I just can't interview anybody else. I might as well just interview the paletero.
Yeah.
You know, and ask him, you know, his story. You know, or the fucking elote man. I get it, you know. But I just can't do that. And then people get upset with me. You know, well, look, man, you got a platform and you're shining and you don't want to help anybody out. It's not that. It has to meet the format, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You know, hey, if you're a rapper, you're an actor, you're a singer, you're a book writer, fuck it. If you're a mayor, cool, you know. But you just can't, you know, I got a story, homie.
Yeah, I got a story.
You know, it doesn't work like that. You know, we live in a generation now where we get people that love to tell on themselves. They dry snitch on themselves. I used to do this. I used to do this. I used to slang this. You know what, bro? Nobody cares. You know, we all have our own story. But anyway.
Not only that, cops is watching, man. I've been, look, honestly, I've been pulled over coming out of my studio twice already. Cops are like, you know, probably, you know, mid 40s to like, you know, late 30s dudes, you know what I'm saying? And pulled me over and, hey, you know, where the guns at? Where the dope at? I'm like, what are you talking about, man? You're like, oh, we follow you on Instagram. We know who you are. You know, we like your music, man. What's up? Like, where are the guns at? Like, nah. I mean, then they start asking me about other people, other rappers. And I'm like, I don't fucking know, man. Like, this is where I work, bro. I'm coming out of work right now. You know, and it's just crazy, man. And this one time since I just got off of probation, you know, I seen these cops, these younger cops, they were harassing people, bro. They stopped like 4 people, you know, like within 10 minutes. You know, people on bikes, like, and, you know, they were all raza, and, like, I drove by, you know, by the liquor store. I drove by, I was like, hey, why you guys harassing people, man? That's, like, the 4th person. And they're like, they looked at me all crazy, and they're like, hey, I know you. You know, this white cop, he goes, you're on probation. And I'm like, hell nah, I'm not on probation. He's like, yeah, you're that rapper. You live right here, boo, boo, boo. He, you know, telling me where I lived and all that. He knew who I was, and I was just like, yeah, but I'm not on probation, dog. You can't fuck with me no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, they keep tabs. They watch. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely watching.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that I ain't got shit going on other than I'm just a podcasting dude.
Right.
And like I said, one thing, one guy brought up that me and my boy John have been thinking about. You need to do a Roadium Radio compilation. And believe me, I always tell people, you know, people say, oh, you know, well, my brother. I love my brother. You're a one-upper. Every time I got an idea, I already thought about that. Because it's true. Before we set out to do this, we thought of everything that can launch off of it. We even thought about Roadium Radio Tour. You know, everybody that we interviewed from here, you know, rap, perform, come speak, whatever. We thought about a Roadium Radio album, a compilation, whoever I want to choose, Roadium Radio, you know, the mixtape, if you will, and do videos on that, you know. But I got one song that I want to do that's going to involve a lot of people, and I know you're one of them. I'll fill you in a little bit more details, but I ain't trying to give too much because I don't want motherfuckers to bite my shit.
Yeah,
okay?
Straight up.
You know, and we're going to direct the video as well. But now, I know you work with a couple of other artists. Well, a couple of people asked. Alex, who was one of the ones that they asked about on here? They asked about one of the rappers that he was working with. Remember I told you, or John? Cujo.
Oh, Cujo.
Yeah, a lot of people asked me asked Misfit to speak on Cujo. Like, I don't know what's your relationship, how many songs you guys done?
Yeah.
You guys work together?
Cujo's my young homie. He's used to go by Tyrant. He kind of when he was like coming out, he was making a lot of noise, like a big impact on the game. But I was his producer.
Okay.
And he gave me my first bit of shine. He had all the followers. He's like, hey, check out my boy. He does my beats and this and this. You know what I'm saying? So he was definitely, we were a team. We were a team, and then he ended up, just kind of getting involved with some people that didn't like me, just because of the SKM, who actually didn't even like Conejo, and those things turned. You better not fuck with Misfit. We don't like, you know what I'm saying? We don't like that camp, and Cujo, he just kind of got stuck in the middle of shit, and so those things turned to threats, like if you fuck with him, I don't give a fuck. Like, we gonna come get you. Like, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So, I kind of spoke to him, and then we were just like, man, it's just leave it alone, bro.
Okay.
Like, so we kind of both decided just to let things be.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Was there one more guy? I think there was one more guy that people were bringing up. You were the one that was looking at him, Alex, and all of a sudden you went.
Was it something the train or something?
I'm not even sure. No. Now, another guy asked, because we were looking at some of the questions. Let me bring this up. Another guy was asking, what is some of your favorite songs that you have done?
That I have done? Pretty much, I like all my songs, bro. That's kind of, but that's just, I do. There's not one song that I could be like, oh, that shit sucks. But I gotta say, my favorite one is a song called. Possibly my favorite one is a song called Stronger. Okay. It's a song that I did for my daughter. And I just pretty much, it's like a letter to her, and that's on the Embrace the Breakdown. It's called Stronger. That's got to be my top song, you know what I'm saying?
I know last time that you were here, you were telling me that you're a big fan of Psycho Realm.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Have you ever, if you will, talk to Sick Jackin or met him?
I haven't. I met him a couple times, yeah. I mean, he's cool. I met him a couple times, but never like in a working environment or like a working situation. That's on my bucket list to do a song with Sick Jackin, and then I'll retire.
Okay. You got any other artists on your bucket list?
No.
Really?
Man, he's my favorite rapper, bro. Like, he's just like, to me, he's like, what people might consider KRS-One, or he's just a great in my eyes. You know, see, that's what I'm saying. He's a great in my eyes. Jackin, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just everything he spits, just the way he delivers, you know what I'm saying? Just the way he raps in Spanish is like something I'm just like blown away by each and every time I hear him. You know what I'm saying? It's just my favorite artist. I think that's he was one of the main reasons why I started rapping. Because my brother played that Psycho Rum tape in his Bug. You know what I'm saying? And when I heard that, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? And that just set me off,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Another guy said, I'm just going to ask you, because I pretty much already know the answer, but do you have any Chicano rappers that you listen to?
That I listen to?
Yes. And by the way, I served you a little bit of tequila, so
cheers.
We can take a little shot. Cheers on Roadium Radio. Some Don Julio, y'all. Looking for a sponsor. Hit him up.
I don't really listen to, man, I can't really say that I even have time to really listen to too many artists and stuff, because I'm always, if I'm not mixing it or working on it, you know what I'm saying? It's like my work pretty much like takes up all my time.
Okay, let me give you a scenario. Say I give you some Dre beats, some headphones, and you're in the gym, and I tell you, you got 5 albums to listen to. Put them on your phone and work out for about an hour.
Okay.
What 5 albums would you put on your phone?
Psycho Realm, right? I'd put on the West Adams CD that Conejo just dropped.
And you're not just saying that because...
No, I was at the listening party. That shit was fire. It's so that album right there, it's like a roller coaster. Like the one beat, and then it goes into a completely different. Like, the intro is crazy as fuck, and then it goes into this beat. His brother produced a song with like the sick ass guitar, and then it goes into some other shit, and then boom boom, and it's just like up and down, but it's so creative. You know what I'm saying? And something I didn't really expect you know, from all his other CDs that he put out, like this one right here is I think it just shows the diversity and shit. I think he was a little bit more open with just fucking around with beats that are dope. The project is just dope. I like it.
Okay.
So being that I heard it too, and I was just vibing the whole time, that's definitely one I would bump.
Okay. You got 3 more.
Baldacci. What's the album that he just called? He just released. It has Chow Time. I produced a song with it on there. It's fuck, was it? Do you remember what that album was called? The one with the Jason mask?
He's too busy over there flirting with Highness.
I bumped Baldy shit.
Okay. What? 2 more.
Oh, man, I like the Hood God. I mean, not the Hood God. That's Conejo. The Street God album by Bozo. I like his. Bozo's on some other shit. I like Bozo shit a lot too, man, because he's elevated in his craft. Right. You know what I'm saying? He's yeah. I remember when I first recorded with Bozo. Bozo, his timing was a bit off.
Really?
Yeah, nobody knows that unless you worked with him, but his timing used to be off, and I used to have to like nudge his vocals to get them on time.
Oh wow!
You know what I'm saying? And you could just tell from when you listen to his first stuff, when he started doing it again to now, it's like gone 0 to boom 100. Like it's definitely dope, you know. And just the shit, you know, I started listening to more of like the shit that he speaks about, and it's like knowing him. It's like it's all real shit that he talks about. You know what I'm saying? Right. I can say that because I know the dude. So I like genuine music like that, you know. And then number 5, let's see. Oh, the Eye for an Eye, the F album. That's right. Yeah, Eye for an Eye. EFE FF4F. Yeah, that's the one. I produced some shit for Baldacci on that one. And then the 5th one. Let's see. Of a Chicano rap artist.
It doesn't have to be Chicano rap. It could be.
Oh, just anything?
Yeah, see, that changes up your whole shit, huh?
Yeah, probably, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, but let's stick to the Chicano shit.
Okay.
Last one. And then I'll give you my 5.
Okay, the last of the Chicano album. Let's see. You know what? Maybe not an album. Maybe I like Loco Negro shit a lot too. I like Loco Negro's, I just like his the way he's just not afraid to be an artist. I like his
voice. And as a matter of fact, I was hoping that Ernie was gonna bring him.
Yeah, he's not afraid to be an artist at all. He's not afraid to be vulnerable, right. Which is great, I think, in music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I really like his diversity. Like we have a couple songs together that haven't released, but I'm a real big fan of Loco Negro too.
Okay. Now with me, if I had, it'll be a little bit different. It would be like Public Enemy, Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. Mm-hmm. I would say Boogie Down Productions, By All Means Necessary, Cypress Hill's first album. Mm-hmm. I would have probably The Chronic, the first one, and shit. The first one that just popped into my mind, the Ghetto Boys, My Mind's Playing Tricks on the album. I love that shit, bro.
Yeah, that's just...
I performed with Ghetto Boys, and I met them when that album first dropped in Houston.
Dope.
So, you know, I got to meet them and shit like that. So that shit was dope. But that's the kind of shit that I bump. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I bump EPMD, fucking Biz Markie. I like a lot of the old shit. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I would bump. Other than that, now. Do you, when you produce, I know you produce your own shit, but do you ever collab with other producers? Is that hard for you?
Yeah, I think, yeah, definitely. Because when, like, if I'm chopping up a sample or something, or if I'm getting something ready, like, I don't want nobody else to fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard. Let's collab on a beat. How does that even fucking work? Like,
right.
Like, don't fuck up my sample with your shitty drums type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Or you just never know, man. Or I don't want to fuck up this dope ass beat with my shitty bass line. You know,
right.
It's better if I just, you know what I'm saying, do it myself.
Okay, now here's another one. As a producer, I'm asking you this. When you create, do you like a crowd, a room with people?
No.
Or do you like to be alone?
Man, I record by myself. I can't be in a room with people. Like, I need to zone out. I think that's why, like, I mean, I take music very personal, and everything I do is, like, you know, with the music is personal.
Right.
I hate being, like, I'll kick Alex out the room, like, hey, fool, give me like 10 minutes, just so I can record my verse type of shit. Like,
get the fuck out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I just like to zone out on my shit, cause because then I'll try stupid shit. Like I'll try saying my fucking
Right, you don't want to
ad libs different or weird or way out, or I'll try it, 10 times to say the same line in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And when there's people there, you're just kind of like,
No, I get it. Let me share something with you. Whenever I DJ'd, I never drank. I was never a smoker, period. But I never drank because for some reason my ears would go. I would be turning shit up louder and louder and louder. So I never drank. Whenever I like, how would you say? Whenever I would track an artist, like when he would do his vocals, I never drank. Whenever I tracked my beat, I never drank. But when it came time to create a beat, I pull out my SP1200, all my records. I put all my kids to sleep, okay, and I'll turn off all the lights. And this was like, we're talking about 90s. I had like a lava lamp or some type of lamp, something for like ambiance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Create a type of atmosphere, and then I fucking pull out a 40 ounce. Take a couple of shots. Once I'm fucking buzzed, I start listening to records, and then shit will just start coming to me.
Yeah.
Like seriously, I heard a boom, 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 boom. Okay, I want that fucking sample it. Boom, boom. Okay, cool, got it. Take that little fucking snare from like a Led Zeppelin record. Gah,
Yeah.
gah, gah. Take that little hi-hat. Truncate that shit. Now I got my kick, snare, hat. Now I start hearing fucking bass lines, start hearing guitars. And I call it my musician because that's the way we worked back then. Hey man, I hear this boom, 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 boom. And they're like, okay, cool. He will write it down.
Yeah.
Then I'll have to drive all the way to fucking Pasadena like the next day, and we'll record that song demo.
Well, that's actually that's real production. That's like really producing it's not just beat programming. You know what I'm saying? It's really putting a song together, producing a song together.
I'm going to share something with you. There was a time when I tried to stop doing music. Okay, I really tried to stop doing music. I said, I'm going to be a regular fucking Joe Blow and go get a fucking job. Okay? And I tried that. And then some guy comes the next day, he goes, hey man, you know what? I got 10 G's. You could do me an album.
Oh, fuck.
And I was like, for reals? And he was like, yeah. Fucking threw me a stack, bro. Here's 10 G's. And I was like, fuck it, I'll have it for you tomorrow. Pop over that fucking 40 ounce on me and then just start pop, 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 pop. And I still have all my floppy disks, bro. I never got rid of or erased my floppy disks. So I have all my shit. That's why I asked, because I always like working alone.
Yeah.
Sometimes I will press play in a room full of crowded people. I'm in the studio and I'll just walk out and just look at the reaction, because they loving it. I don't do whack shit. I've never done whack shit. When I first started doing the first high C stuff, I was first learning how to produce. But once people hear my tongue instrumentals,
man, I heard that shit that you did with I forgot who it was, but you were playing them. There was like this sick ass flute sample. I was just like, damn, like people. I bet people don't expect what they're gonna hear. Like, you know what I'm saying, for real, because I know I didn't. I was expecting some similar stuff to
the high C stuff,
right?
Yeah.
But when you play those other ones, I was like, oh damn, like it has them drums, them sounds, the MPC sound.
Yeah.
It's real raw hip hop shit.
When I was producing Mello's album from 96 to 98, and we were looking for a deal, to me, that was like my coming out party. I was going to say, this is like my Chronic album, okay? But it never came out. So I'm going to release some of those instrumentals.
Why didn't it come out, though?
I'm glad you asked. Okay. I produced the entire album Mellow Rapped. We didn't really have any features other than Tina Marie, Dogg, Be Real, and we were supposed to have Coolio.
Are you kidding me, bro? Why the fuck is that shit not out? It's crazy.
So here's what happened.
Wow.
I asked Violet Brown to manage us, and she said yes. Mello wanted other help, trying to find a record deal. I was pretty much saying, you know what, let Violet, go over here. She was going through...
Shop it.
Yeah, shop it. Mello was talking to Jerry Heller, let's take it over here. And it came a point where both of them said, okay, who's going to work it? Is it me or is it him? Is it him or is it her? And it just, to make a long story short, it just never happened. And I still have my 2-inch reels here in my vocal room, bro. Damn. I have everything, And me and Mello, as a matter of fact, when I interviewed Mello on episode 1, we played a lot of those songs, because some of our best shit was on those songs.
Oh, fuck, man. Hell yeah.
So I do plan to release a lot of my instrumentals.
Hell yeah. I think you should, man. I think it's a perfect time for it right now, too.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. So now, me personally, I like your visuals. I like your ideas. On your new stuff coming out in April, have you recorded any videos yet, or is that in the works?
No, that's gonna be in the works. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be in the works. Just got the music done to it. You know, just shot it to, you know what I'm saying, to get mastered. And you know, waiting for the release. It's gonna be dope. You know, like I said, it's through Mob G, so which is record label. It's collaborative type of deal, you
Right.
know. So whatever they need from me, you know what I'm saying, we'll get it done.
Okay, now, I heard it through the grapevine that you're about to sign a deal.
Damn.
A little birdie, fat ass bird, came by and told me. Okay, do you want to talk a little, or you're not allowed to?
Well, I actually have a meeting tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah, I gotta
No
go.
shit,
Yeah,
damn.
see what they talking about. But it comes with a lot of good things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it just all depends, man. You know, if my soul feels that it's the right thing to do,
It's the right thing to do.
I'm
yeah.
gonna do it.
You know, I'm gonna say something that I believe that is very true. What Biggie said: more money, more problems. I know what I'm about to say. Some people may not want to, if you will, know about it. But I think one of the most depressing times of my life was when I had a lot of money. And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. And again, I'm a youngster, and I think it was kind of like new to me. It was too much too soon.
Right.
Okay, I was 22 years old, and I had a lot of money at the time. Now I wasn't a millionaire, and I wasn't a thousandaire, but I would say that I had at least in the bank at 22 years old over $80,000. And I always had $1,000 in my pocket every single damn day, driving a Mercedes Benz. And I don't say that braggingly because I've earned that, you know. But during that time, you had people doing this.
Yeah.
Doing this. And that was the hardest time because
I would just be like,
yeah, exactly. Because when you turn them down, what happens is they turn against you.
Yeah, of course.
And being a 22-year-old, it's new.
Yeah, being that young, yeah. I mean, me personally, like, you know, I'm 35. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting any younger.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All that shit's going to my son and my daughter. So y'all could be like this. I'm gonna be like, what's up, homie? What's cracking? You know what I'm saying? I really don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody getting nothing.
Yeah, at
You know what
my
I'm saying?
age, I was like, you know what? If I can help, cool. But you know what, homie? You're gonna have to work for yours, just like I work for mine.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? If I can help, cool. But I'm not gonna sit here and just give you shit for free. You're gonna have to go out there and earn it. See, because that's my motto. Go out there and earn it, so nobody can tell you they gave it to you.
Right.
You
Definitely,
know. Now another thing, I think it was the guy that I wanted to ask you, Peterbilt.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about him. People have been asking about him.
Peterbilt is just he's got an amazing voice. He sings Spanish, you know, like corridos, rancheras, stuff like that. He sings in English. He raps. He's from the effort.
I'm gonna give you a little bit more, and I'm not trying to get you drunk, just tipsy.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, Peterbilt. I'm already feeling it, man. It's like, okay.
Dispensa.
It's all good. Gracias. So yeah, Peterbilt. You know, I did a show with him last month. We're probably gonna do some work together. We did a song called "Ready to Love" together, which is amazing. I wrote it, and I just needed the right voice on there with me. So he came to the studio. I pretty much, you know, played him the song, and you know, he just added his style to it, and you know, it was real easy work. You know? And that's one of my favorite songs too, man. That "Ready to Love" featuring Peterbilt.
Okay. Now, what can you tell me about a guy? Because eventually I'm gonna bring him on, West Coast Gilly.
Oh, that's my G right there, West Coast Gilly. West Coast Gilly, I be lagging on West Coast Gilly. That's my boy, but I be, you know, I work with him so much that I got so much stuff that I need to do for him that I just be like, fuck, I forgot, or fuck, damn, okay. But we were just in the studio last night. That's my boy, man. West Coast Gilly's a hard worker. He's definitely a hard worker. He's his style's dope. He can rap over hip hop beats, trap beats. You know, he's real diverse. He's dope. His work ethic is crazy. You know, his work ethic's crazy. And
I love a dude with a dope work ethic.
And plus, he you know, that fool, he don't let me forget what I owe him. You know what I'm saying? Hey, fool, did you get this? Hey, are you done with this? Hey, are you done with that? He keeps me busy. So, but it's cool, man, because you know, the work is definitely dope. I'm actually, you know, we're gonna do something together, like a project. You know what I'm saying? We got some tracks that we're actually working on. I made a beat last night, or what was it? Like 2 nights ago. Shot him the beat. Got to go back in there and record him. So we're probably gonna do like a little EP or something. You know, some small.
Dope.
But yeah, watch out for West Coast Gilly. He's with it. He's dope.
Dope. Okay, so we come to the end of our time. We've actually had a nice ass crowd, and we started at 7. It's 9:40. We still got almost about 300 people live.
Nice.
You want to give any shout outs, man? Wait. Before you do you have any apparel, anything like that coming out?
I do.
In the works?
I do. I have my brand's called it's called Boulevard Clothing, and it's you know, I'm getting all the designs and stuff like that ready. You know, the streets made us is no more for me. You know what I'm saying? Even though I got it tatted, but you know, I just refuse to be part of something that is you know, gets thrown in my face.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like type of shit. Like, you know, like I said, you know, people expecting certain shit, but it's like I put all the work into my shit. So, you know, regardless of that, I'm starting over with the whole branding of clothing and stuff like that, and I'm gonna push that shit. Once I have all the designs, I'm gonna get it made.
Okay.
So I do have the apparel coming out.
Okay, so you want to go ahead and somebody said ask Misfit to work with G Perico.
G Perico's dope. G Perico, he reminds me of like a young Quick. I like G Perico. I mean, I wish it was that easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, like I could just hit him up. Hey, G Perico, let's do some shit. Like,
right.
I mean, I would be willing to work with him. Of course, he's dope. But,
okay, my last question: you working with any females?
No, but I got females that hit me up for sessions and they come in and record. But as far as me, like actually
producing,
oh no. Okay. I mean, I will, but as of this moment, no.
Okay. Now go ahead and give your shout outs and I'll give mine.
Fuck. I'm a little buzzed right now, bro. Like that shit just hit me.
It's all right. Just let it calm.
Okay, nah. Shout out to Alex. You know what I'm saying? 81.
Cervantes Enterprise.
Shout out to you because I see this shit like getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's crazy, bro. Like really, it's like.
Thank you.
It's dope. Me and him were talking about it the other day, you know, and we're just like, man. I was like, don't you think it's gonna don't you think it's too much? And like, because my whole thing was like, man, Tony's got a lot of dope ass gas, but it's like, what's he gonna do the day he runs out? But then he's like, nah, this was gonna like, you know, the whole vision and it's like. The plan for it, like as fast as it's going now, it's just kind of like I don't know. I just see a bigger platform. You're gonna be the Joe Rogan of hip hop podcasting, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's gonna be, bro. Like, cause I know it. It's a great thing.
So. Now, you know what? I'm glad you said that. Not to boast my ego, but because I have a point to what you just said. When you got guys like Vlad and Adam 22, No Jumper, I'll just name those two for an example. All those guys don't have any hip hop history.
Not only that, they're destructive. They're destructive with the shit they want to find out about or the shit they talk about. Like you're more empowering. You know what I'm saying? You want to help out. It just seems like they have people on their shit to like really find out some dirt.
I know.
Or like, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
And that's why I want to. I want people to help me become one of the, if not the biggest podcast here in the West Coast, because eventually. Everybody that hits me up, I want to interview. I want to bring them on there. There's enough light, there's enough shine, there's enough money to go for everyone. And that's the way I see it, bro.
Hell yeah, man.
Look, let me tell you something. I'm about to be 52 March 28th, okay? How many more years I have left? We don't know.
As many as you know what I'm saying?
I mean, but tomorrow's not promised.
Of course not.
I work out. I try to eat right.
Fool, you look like you're 30 years old, bro. You're like 29, bro. Like, come on, stop playing.
Well,
like you're good. You're good. You know, don't think about shit like that. You're good, Tony. Okay. You got a long future ahead of you, my boy. Speak it into existence. Rhodium Radio gonna be around for a long time.
Absolutely.
I'm buzzed right now, my
But
boy.
You know what? Thanks to Misfit. Anybody else that you want to shout out?
Yeah, you know, Chiquita. You know, John motherfucking Elkins.
That's the motherfucking
You know what I'm
man
saying?
right
That's the man right there. 81, man. Just everybody that supports me and everybody that just really like, you know, has really seen what I'm doing with this music, which is just I'm just letting my soul spill and my heart spill, and everybody that appreciates it and anybody that, you know what I'm saying, really takes my music and you know, appreciates it for what it is, and I'm just glad that I can be that voice that'll, you know, help you through something, or you know, you can relate or maybe change your thinking to something positive. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm not the most positive person all the time, but You know, I just appreciate all the love, man. If anything, you know, that's it. All the artists and everything like that I fuck with, thank you for coming through to my studio, for hitting me up, because, you know, that also, you know, gives me some motivation, and, you know, I value myself a little bit more each time somebody reaches out.
So let me give a shout out to Misfit Soto. Okay, be looking out for his album. I believe on all platforms.
Yeah.
You can still get a couple of hard copies of these. I still like Embrace the Breakdown, so he's got a long way to go before he tops that record. So anyway, that's just me. Don't tell him I said that. Other than that, I want to thank my boy John motherfucking Elkins. Talk about a hard work ethic. John motherfucking Elkins. He's coming out with his lotion. He's coming out with a G-string. He's coming out with his own high heels. So be looking out for those, okay? Yes. He's coming out with boxers with a hole in the back. So G-strings for men, they wear them reverse with a string in the front. So yes. Other than that, I don't know when the fuck that came from. But anyways, probably Don Julio. Pinche Don Julio. Anyways, for now on, everybody, hashtag fuck coronavirus. And
it's a myth.
Yeah, it's the man. So other than that, I want to thank my boy Cervantes Enterprise, my boy DJ Media Clips. He couldn't come because he went to like 5 markets to try to find bread. Like seriously, bread. Like, so
that's crazy.
People are wiping their ass with bread. But that's other than that, let me give a shout out to Modelo, to Don Julio, to Patron Silver, and if any women are single or are married, and hit up John motherfucking Elkins on Instagram, okay? Don't tell him I told you, but hit up John motherfucking Elkins. And I want to thank me. Just a little bit. So we'll see you guys Wednesday. Tomorrow, if you want to know who my guest is, look at my Instagram, look at my Facebook, and look at my story on YouTube. I'm going to have two brothers coming in. And these brothers are amazing. So be looking out. Roadium Radio. And we out. Tony A, Tony Vision, Tony A the Wizard. Have a blessed night. Take it away, John. Somebody put Tony as goofy. Yes.